Hello there, beautiful friends from all around the multiverse. Welcome to the Dragon Ball Super episode 131 live stream where we really are going to be digging into Dragon Ball Super episode 131 and discussing, the episode in explicit detail. I've had a chance to watch the episode 2 times. And actually, no, wait. 3 times. 3 times I watched the episode. So we're going to be discussing all of that. Hope everybody is having a good night tonight. And I do want to thank everyone for all the support that we've gotten. The channel has recently done over 500,000 subscribers, which is crazy. It was not expected that would ever happen. We're almost at 530,000, which is a very special number for me because if you are familiar with Dragon Ball, you know that 530,000 is the power level of the great Lord Frieza, who, oh, by the way, we're going to talk about spoilers, okay? If you have not seen 131, right, I'm letting you know now, we're going to go into it, okay? I'm sure most of you have seen it by now. But anyways, the great Lord Frieza, who actually is alive. He lives. Frieza lives, that was probably the most unexpected thing about Super Episode 131. Now, I also want to clarify some things real quick to everybody. First of all, thank you for the kind words in the chat. It means a lot to me. Hope y'all are having a good day. Hope y'all are doing good. We're going to be chilling tonight. But I want to clarify some things. First and foremost, even though it is very likely that Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball will return to television next year, I want to tell you that Toei has not stated that there will be a new Dragon Ball series next year, that Super's coming back. Anybody who told you that is misinformed. They said that the series will continue in the movie form this December, and that's all we know. They have not announced a new series. So I've seen it all day today. Obviously, the episode that aired last night, 131, left a lot of unanswered questions, which may or may not be answered in the film, and a lot of things that were said are also, leading to more stuff in the future, and that's definitely understandable. But I want to make it clear that Toei has not announced it officially. So I do have some guests here with me tonight. First of all, I don't even know how to even introduce this guy, but he's one of the OGs of Dragon Ball, a guy who really was one of the earlier Dragon Ball YouTubers from years ago. Black and Fist is here.
Well, you kind of stole my whole shtick there at the beginning, but you know what? You guys are still beautiful, and you are the beautiful friends out there. But yes, I guess I am. Although this YouTube scene an OG, I guess that's a new one for me. But
You started in 2013, right? Correct.
2012.
Wow.
So it's incredible. Yeah, you know what? When I look back and think, damn, this has been quite a while. Yeah, and then I dropped off the face of the earth, but don't worry, Shenlong continue, and now I'm here.
Well, you dropped off the face of the earth during the most profitable time to ever cover Dragon Ball, which was
I'm glad you reminded me of it. And you were there to remind me of it, and you know what? That's why I like you, Danny.
But I do want to say that you do have a new video on your channel, which I have not seen yet because I've been too busy today. But the video is talking about it was about GT, and I want to tell everybody that you definitely should watch the entire video that Black and Fist put out. I'm actually going to put the chat on the screen here in a moment, so just bear with me. But mostly, it's not. Some people have been, are judging the video before watching it. You know what I mean? Which is kind of irritating when that happens.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I hate when people do that. But there's a lot of good information there. Also, I want to real quick plug the artist who made the thumbnail. All right. Let's see how the views are right now on the stream. Okay, we're at 2,500. So I wanted to wait till we hit 3,000, and then I wanted to do it. But maybe I'll just do it now. So no, we've got. Whoa, hold on. Let me get the thing on the screen here. Bear with me for 1 second. I got a lot of stuff going on my screen. Okay. This guy right here, Edward Middleton. He is the artist who did that kind of he has a very unique Steven Universe, I guess you can call it, style, mixing it with Dragon Ball. He's the one who did this thumbnail. Here is his Twitter account, twitter.com/EM IDDL01. Really good artist, and he did the Ultra Instinct Goku image that you should see on your screen. So we've already got a bunch of super chats. Now, what I'm gonna do with super chats tonight is I'm not gonna read like every single thing like verbatim that you send me. I'm gonna answer the questions, but like like some of the things. For example, somebody left one that said, "Dad, is that you?" I don't know if I want to I don't know if I want to answer all of those. Like I appreciate the donations. That there's not really much for me to add to it. You know, you know what I mean. So, anyways, as far as Super Episode 131, I just want to say something real quick, and I want to get your thoughts, Juan. I like the episode more upon second viewing. I still think there was a lot of issues with the last second half. I think it was very awkwardly paced. I think they tried to wrap it up. I mean, we kind of knew it was going to happen, but it didn't mean that we can't criticize it fairly. And I caught a lot of shit from my video. I caught a lot of shit from people. It's the most disliked video in the history of the channel. Now, obviously, if you have a problem with the review, if you think the review was not a good review, that's fine. Like, that's not a problem. But if you dislike the video because you disagree with my opinion, I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. It doesn't really bother me. It's just one of those things where it's like, come on. Like what I said was fair. I think what I said was fair. It was very rushed, and there was not much they could do about it, but it was rushed. And that hurt the episode. I think if they would have made the second half its own episode, it would have been better. But there were people leaving fucking comments like, "Just be happy Super's back," and "You nitpick too much." I'm a fucking reviewer, bro. If you want someone to blow smoke up your ass, there's about 1,000 other YouTube channels out there that will be glad to suck your dick, who are fake, who would be more than happy to lie to you. You go watch them, for real. Like, that's not what I do. I've always tried to tell the truth about how I feel about things. And yeah, I did like the episode more upon multiple viewings, but it still didn't change the fact that there were problems in the second half of the episode. And that's just how I feel. There's no guarantee Super's coming back, dude. If they end it here with this in the movie, then what? What are you gonna say? You can't say, well, why are you mad if they're gonna come back later? You don't know that, you know, and that's the thing. You have to review everything objectively. If Star Wars Episode 8 sucks, but Episode 9 is good and makes Episode 8 better, that's great. But what if it doesn't? You can't judge it until it comes out. So my question to you, bro, is did the episode get better upon repeated viewings for you? Like, how did you feel about the finale?
I've only seen the episode two times, and yeah. But here's the thing. For me, I have a feeling that, at risk of being called an apologist, I honestly don't think I had an absolutely negative reaction like most people.
I didn't have one either, but people thought I did.
Exactly. I had a pretty. Here's the thing, though. A lot of people I saw, I guess I could say that a lot of people had their reactions, whether it was good or bad, and I think that's the kind of heat that you took. Now, for me, here's the thing: I didn't have a strong reaction either way to the ending. So upon second viewing, I did enjoy it just a little bit more, but it was only marginal. It wasn't something that completely changed my perspective on the ending. I still thought with the ending what I thought, and I agree with you that I think the biggest mistake about the ending is, well, for me, honestly, I mean, we can go into the details of this, and I think we will.
Yeah.
But for me, the biggest mistake is that this ending should at least have been split up into 2 episodes. One episode that covers the entire conclusion of the fight between Frieza, Jiren, and Goku, and then the next episode that covers everything else, and then the epilogue that for all of our characters. That's the biggest fault I can see with the episode. Everything else ranges from middling to not middling, meaning not that relevant, or it was pretty well it was pretty well done in my view.
And some of the shit.
I agree with you. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Pretty much what I want to say is that, yeah, like if I'm going to go right off the bat into my biggest criticism of this ending, and guys, I just want to say that I for the most part like this ending. I like the way it is, for the most part.
Yeah, me too.
Just to come out with my biggest criticism is that I just think that this ending should have been split up into 2 episodes. Now, I have other criticisms, but that's my biggest one. It's just that I think it should have been split up into 2 episodes.
That's what I said too. And it's like the bullshit that people talk so much shit, bro. Like, And I love my subscribers to death, dude. But like the shit that I heard that I rushed my review. If you actually pay attention to when I uploaded it, I uploaded that review about like 45 minutes after the episode aired, bro. I did not rush that fucking review. I put a lot of thought into that fucking review. I even went back and made a correction to the fucking review before it even went up. Like, I made one mistake about a Jiren mistranslation. And the problem is that people are so quick to jump down your fucking throat, bro. And it's like, it pisses me off. Like it really irritates me because, like, all I've done from day one, dude, is try to make videos for the community. That's all I've done. And people just are just such assholes, bro. Like, they're such assholes. This is like a shit fucking community sometimes. And I'm not talking about everybody. Earlier today I said that, and some dickless piece of shit on Twitter was like, Geekdom just called the community a bunch of morons. No, I called some of them morons because they're fucking assholes, bro. Like, for real, bro. Like, fuck. Like it's just, every time I always read some stupid bullshit, bro, you rush your review. Fuck you, bro. I did not rush my fucking review. Fuck off. Like, for real, fuck off. And then you know what else I hate? When somebody compares me to fucking other YouTubers. Oh, you should be more like this guy. Then go sub to that motherfucker, bro. Don't be subbing to me, bro. You sub to me if you want the real shit. Don't fucking sub to me if you want me to be like Expert Games or Masako X. They exist because they exist, bro. It's called individuality. It's called being a different person. Fucking robots, bro. It irritates me, bro. And then again, if you thought my review sucked, great. But don't fucking judge my character, bro. And don't be sitting there making assumptions. It's all they do is fucking make assumptions on shit. Oh, well, this guy's like this, that guy's like that. Fuck you, dude. For real. Fuck you. Fuck off. Lick my ass. And that goes for anybody out there who wants to talk shit about fucking people who they don't know. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start this fucking review with a rant, but the amount of bullshit that I read today, bro, was like, wow. Like, fuck, and you know what's funny? You know what's funny? All those fucking stupid morons who were saying that my channel's dead, I got 1,000 subscribers today, dog. What happened to my channel being dead? What happened to my channel dying, bro? What happened to it?
Well,
stupid fuck. Unsubscribe if you want to. Like, for real. Well, you stay here if you respect what I bring to the community and if you support what I have to say. If not, then fuck off, because I don't have time for it. I really don't. And don't judge me or Juan or any other YouTuber that you don't know, because you don't know what's going on. There's my rant. Keep going.
I just wanted to say, man, I mean, look, anytime, look, I'm just going to say every single fandom out there, especially on the internet, I'm just telling you right now, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, this fandom such and such is shitty." Trust me, man.
They all say it.
It's
I know.
Not unique. It's not unique to Dragon Ball. So I just want to. I think it's just the nature of the beast. But you know,
people are just being dicks, bro. Just fucking let it go, bro. It's a fucking cartoon. And then I love it when you call it a cartoon and they say you're disrespecting its anime. You stupid son of a bitch. Anime means animation in Japanese, homie. AKA a fucking cartoon. Get your head out of your own ass, bro. And it's fucked up because I've been watching Dragon Ball longer than almost anyone, bro. 24 years I've been fucking watching this shit, since 1994. And people are telling me, it's not a cartoon, it's an anime. It's a fucking cartoon, bro. An anime is a cartoon. Is the art better than an American cartoon? Maybe. But it's still a freaking cartoon. So, that's it. Let's get to some of these questions, bro. So, Jim Haverty, Jiren smile before he screams is a perfect meme. I guess it is. Thank you, that guy. Mr. Popo said, F the hater saying your career is over. It's not. I love how one dude was like, oh, are you going to go back to working at 9 to 5? Bro, I've been an engineer for 10 years. I've never worked a 9 to 5, ever. Like since I was like 22, you know, which has been a while. Thank you, Led. Now, okay, here's a good question to get to. We're getting some good questions here, all right? I'm going to do a whole video on this topic, but I want to get your thoughts, Juan. Do you think all 18 universes are back now or just the 12? They did not specify that the other 6 universes are back, but there's been a lot of people thinking that they are.
I have to word... Okay, well, the wording of it was very general, but if I have my hunch is that it's only the universes that already existed at the beginning of the tournament. I don't think the other universes are revived, although I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Like, they could honestly, at this point, to speculate on this point, up to like the writer or Toriyama. So trying to say whether, oh, did the other universes, did they get revived too? I mean, who knows? I have a feeling that it's probably only the universes at the beginning of Tournament of Power, just because Toriyama did not, or whoever thought of this, did not have that in their mind when they were constructing this ending. But
Yeah.
that's only my hunch.
Well,
I don't know.
it's a smart kind of way to set up a new arc with having 6 more universes around. It is a smart way to do it. You know, the dragon took the wish literal.
Here's the thing, like, do we really? I mean, I guess, like, I don't know, like, we had like what 4 universes that were absent in this tournament. Do we really need 6 others? I mean, don't we have plenty of potential space with at least those 4? I don't know if those, but 6 universes are really necessary, but who knows? I mean, this is Dragon Ball. They
Well,
can take it in any direction.
Zeno deleted them for a reason, and we don't know what that reason is. You know?
It was assumed that he did it based off just a hunch that Zeno or just a something trivial, kind of like a god of destruction, like something Zeno, because everyone around Zeno has always been, you got to respect Zeno, you have to be careful around him, because on any whim he can destroy everything that and us and everything along with it. And my assumption about that is that he's done this in the past, and that's why everyone has done is as like Bierce and the Supreme Kai and everyone else acts that way around him, because they know of his past, or they've been told about what he's done in the past.
Badass. So, okay, wait, no, sorry. Thank you Z33N1 for your generous donation. Badass bitch BA says, Danny, love your channel and you. What's your opinion on the upcoming movie? Anything you want to see? I think it's going to look great. I think it'll be exciting. And I hope the storyline is good. That's the best thing I can say right now. What about you?
I mean, pretty much the same thing. I only just wish for it to be good, for it to be good material, and for it to expand the lore of Dragon Ball. One thing, by the way, I just wanted to ask you this. Did you get a vibe, or maybe it's too early to call at this point, did you get a vibe that they're going to do a duo versus duo, or some sort of 2-on-2 type thing in the future, in continuing this franchise with Goku and Vegeta? They have their rivalry, and then Jiren and Toppo are going to be like rivalry, or another like camaraderie that's going to go up against Goku and Vegeta, and it's going to be like these dueling forces. I don't know if that did you get that kind of vibe that these like 4 characters are going to be pushed in that direction, or is that just me?
I did not get that vibe, but I would like to see that. I would like it if Goku and Vegeta, who are always going to be rivals, use Jiren and Toppo to also make themselves like you said, like a tag team rivalry. I would like that.
It's gonna turn into a tag team. That's a perfect way to put it.
I would love that. Let me know in the chat room if you. I want to know in the chat. I'm looking. By the way, just because you don't see the chat on the screen, I do have the chat in a different window. I can see it. So let me know in the chat room if you guys think that that would be cool if they did like a tag team thing. So thank you for your kind words, Joshua Cat, Jamar. James says, this ain't chatterbait. Goku and Frieza's team up made the arc, in my opinion. Well, I love the symbolism at the end of the episode. And one thing that I do regret about not saying this in my review is that I wanted to really specify how much I love the Goku Frieza team up. I thought it was really well done. Lots of homages to the Saiyan arc. Seeing Goku with his shirt off, Super Saiyan Gold, Frieza in his final form. I loved when he was like, yo, like when he kicked them up and they teamed up. That was some really good stuff, and I do regret not saying in my review how much I loved it. I really did enjoy that. So, yeah. He says here, is Frieza still evil, and how strong is Goku's base? Well, I don't know how strong his base is. I assume stronger than ever before. As far as Frieza still being evil, they said that he was, but I don't know. We had a whole discussion the other night on a Discord about this. But what were you gonna say?
I think it's pretty clear because of that last scene that Frieza was in. He was in that last scene. Is like, oh, the Emperor of the universe or the galaxy is back, and he had, I don't know, I guess I assumed he amassed another army of his. So I assume from that scene alone that he's up to no good again. So
I got a really big donation.
Which, by the way, I do agree. I do agree with you when you said that the biggest surprise of this whole thing, because we all assumed that Frieza was going to get screwed, or he was going to get sent back to hell, or something like that, or erased. something along those lines, and him just being revived and set free. That's
Well,
that is something
did
I
you?
did not see coming at all. That was something that was completely unexpected and flustered me. Which I actually want to get to that wish. If I don't know if you want to bring it up, but I definitely want to have some things to say about that wish, though.
Well, did you predict 17 winning? Because that was also a surprise. I did not think 17 would be a sole
Oh,
survivor.
well, if I thought, well, here's the thing. I was only right about one thing in my own thoughts about the ending of Super, and that is that Goku wasn't going to win because Goku never wins tournaments. He's only ever won one tournament clean. And so it's not something Dragon Ball has Toriyama, especially Toriyama, has always wanted to never make it clear that Goku's going to be the clear guy to always go over on top. And he's always said, if you examine Dragon Ball, that's the way he's done Dragon Ball always. In the first tournament, he lost to Master Roshi. He did beat the Red Ribbon Army, but they weren't any like physical threat to
Except for
his
Tao.
martial arts skills. Right. He only and it's always been, oh, Goku's been like on the downside. He's always had circumstances against him. He did beat Frieza cleanly. That was the only time that ever happened. Every other time he's always had major help. So
Well, he had a little bit of help against Frieza too.
I just knew that he wasn't going to win. I thought Frieza was going to win.
Me too.
I did not. Yeah, I didn't think so. So yeah, I think that basically I didn't think I definitely knew that Goku wasn't going to win. Thought Frieza was going to win. I was wrong about that.
Phantom Santum says the 17 symbolize all 17 universes that were erased. Well, the problem is there's 18 of them, bro. But I guess he means the one that were erased outside of 7. So that I don't think that was done on purpose, but that's kind of a cool little like catch there. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's 18 total, but he's right. Like if you take away the one that won, which was 7, but there's also 1, 5, 8, and 12, so that number doesn't even work right. You know what I mean? Like you're forgetting there were exempt universes. Also, I got a really big donation, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. Like really, really big, the biggest ever in the history of the stream. I'm going to get to that here, but I have to go in order. But I'm going to get to that. So I'm getting there soon. Okay, so SSJR Goku Black. How would you rank the 5 arcs of Super? Tournament of Power 1, Trunks arc 2, Universe 6 3. Battle of Gods 4, and then Resurrection F5. That's from best to worst. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, pretty much. Tournament Power 1, Goku Black 2.
Sometimes I'll put Universe.
The same.
Sometimes I'll put Universe 6 above Goku Black. Sometimes.
The only thing I'm going to rewatch it all in dubbed, but I'm starting to think the Battle of Gods wasn't as bad as it was when I first saw it, and that it might be better than the Universe 6 arc. But I'll have to rewatch just to make sure. But I'm starting to get that hunch. That's the only thing that I'm not sure about at the moment.
Yeah. Well, it does. Some parts of it are better. Some aren't. Tournament of Power had so many overlooked layers to it. 10 out of 10. If we do get another Dragon Ball series where we see Universe 11 again, you can count on it. I don't think they're going to forget those characters. We're going to see all those characters back at some point. Mecha Saiyans talks about how, he's putting me over. I appreciate the what he says. He says that he liked 131 even though it had issues and it was far from perfect. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. But I think people thought I was being nitpicky, which is fine. Again, if you think I was being nitpicky, that's great. I just don't like the idea of you should just like it. Like, that doesn't work, bro. Like, you have to be honest. That's the thing. I don't like people wanting me not to be honest. That's why I got mad earlier, because just you should appreciate that I'm being honest with you. That's what I'm saying. Not like I'm BSing you because I'm telling you what you want to hear. That's what I was trying to say. Hell Billy Jr. says Vegeta not being in royal blue at the end bothered me. Why didn't he brag about that? He should have bragged about it because he still has that form. And some people were saying he doesn't have it. He should have bragged about it. Who is your favorite new character introduced in Super? Champa for me. Do you have one? Black and Fist?
Well, my favorite character in Super and all these is probably Beerus, but
well, he was introduced in Battle of Gods, which is a Z movie. So
yeah, that's the only
gray
problem.
area there.
I want to. I'll say Topo.
Really? Why him?
Topo. I really look. From the very beginning, I just liked Topo's whole justice and his whole convictions about justice, and I actually did. I think that it wasn't executed to the fullest, but just to put a long story short, I think I like this his whole transition to justice to survival, and that's But I actually do like his character a lot.
Daniel Nakanishi, how many universes are there after the Wish? Was it me or was Super Shenlong smaller in the final episode? He was smaller. He seemed that way. and there are 12 universes again. But people keep saying that maybe there's 18, but they never specify in the episode. So 12 or 18, but there's probably, I'm guessing it's 12. Lady of Blades, you should do a video about the evolution from Cell to Android 21. P.S. All of your critiques for 131 were completely legitimate. Well, I appreciate that, and I will say this: no, I actually thought about that today. I do want to do a video on Android 21, so that's probably gonna come at some point. Forrest F, who wins these 1 versus 1s in your opinion? Dragon Ball Super 17 versus Super 17 from GT. I always love that. It's Super 17 and Super 17, right? Also, Ultra Instinct Omen Goku versus SSB Vegito in your opinion. Thanks as always. I'm going to go with, I think Super 7, no, I think Dragon Ball Super 17 wins purely because of the way he performed against Aniraza. I thought that was crazy. And the way he did against Jiren. He's really strong. Ultra Instinct Omen Goku against SSB Vegito. I think that's a tough one, dude. Juan, what do you think? That's actually a tougher one. I don't know what to say on that. Because he doesn't have the offensive part down, so Vegito might get him, bro.
Well, here's the thing. Omen was able to take out Kefla, and I don't think
Kefla
is as strong.
You're right.
And I don't think Omen is as strong as Kefla. I'm sorry. I don't think it's Kefla, but that is the greatest feat that form did.
Yeah, Kefla's not as strong as Vegito.
On Vegito. I would have to lean on Vegito, just by a bit, maybe.
Yeah.
That's my hunch.
Yeah, somebody gave me a big donation. I'm getting to it now. It's just I have to go in order because I just have to go in order. Do you think that Oob will battle Frieza's army? I'd like to see that. I really would. That'd be kind of cool. What do you think?
The one thing about Frieza being out there in the wild is I just don't understand what they're going to do with it. I don't
Me neither. I don't get it. Like, what? He's just gonna get in his own pocket of the universe. Is he gonna Is he gonna feud with the Galactic Patrol? Like, is that how it's gonna be now? Right?
What I'm thinking, and this is completely just what I think that because Frieza has been used so much as a main antagonist, that there's no way he's going to be used as a main antagonist in the future, and he's just going to be the pawn of someone else. He's going to be he's going to think he's the big boss, but then it's going to be revealed that, oh no, this other guy was just using him. And I feel that that's the only way that you can sensibly use Frieza at this point. But that's just the way I'm thinking. Who knows what Toriyama can think of, I mean, that's why he's a millionaire and I'm not, right?
Well, there's a lot of other reasons for that. I mean, you didn't draw Dr. Slump. Remember, he was the millionaire for Dr. Slump. Which, by the way, real quick side question for you. Have you ever watched the Slump anime? The original.
Yeah, I watched the original. I didn't watch the whole thing. No. I also read the manga. I didn't read the whole manga about it.
How much have you watched? Just out of curiosity. Of the old anime.
It must have been. It wasn't much, dude. I'm still planning to watch it all, but I think it was only 20 episodes.
Oh, okay. I loved it. I loved it so much. It's so funny. I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I did until I watched it. I started watching it last year, right? Like actually in order, and I loved it so much.
Well, I always wanted to watch the Dr. Slump thing, even in the newer anime, which I'm aware of too. But the thing about Dr. Slump is that I just don't. I'm just gonna say I don't I had a hard time to actually watch it because it's one of those more obscure titles. So that's the only thing that held me back from actually, and that's why I read the manga mostly. Before I even watched the anime, I read the manga, and that's for years that's all I knew about Dr. Slump was only the manga. But so that's why
you're cutting out a little bit. Just letting you know. You're cutting out.
Sorry about that. But basically, yeah, but very interested in the Dr. Slump anime.
Okay, Jamar Hilbert, he says, how would you feel if Gohan was in the trailer instead of Goku? We've talked about this before, you and I privately. I think you've even done videos on it. Goku is the main character of Dragon Ball. As much as people want Gohan to be, it's not. Or Vegeta, it's Goku. So if you're going to do a Dragon Ball movie or a promotional, it's very rare. Not impossible, but it's very rare that you won't have Goku there front and center. It's very rare. I mean, the only Dragon Ball material I can think of that doesn't have Goku in it is what episode of Bardock? Is that it?
Yeah, pretty. Well, you could say history of Trunks, but he was briefly in
He
there
was
for
there.
the
He was
beginning.
just sleeping because he was dead. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Alphilion, damn, Dr. Garrow should be a prize for making 17. I think he means praise. Then, yeah. Um, what do you think was meant by if a selfish wish was made, Zeno would have erased everything? Does that mean all 12 universes are just like the 8? No, I think just the 8. I don't think the other 4 would have been wiped. That's a good question, actually, but I don't think the other 4 would have been wiped. TN Titan discussion here. Brief goodbye subtitle. I don't understand the question. Which are you looking forward to the most? Dragon Ball movie, Infinity War, or WrestleMania? Fuck, dude. See, okay, that's a great question. I'll tell you why. Okay, I'm really looking forward to WrestleMania. It's been years since I have. Okay, so there's that. I'm looking forward to Infinity War, and I am looking forward to. I don't know, dude. I know which one you're looking forward to.
Oh, who me?
Yeah, you're cutting out, bro. Are you still there?
Still here, man.
Okay. Well, you're going back to cutting out again. I don't know what you did before, but do it again. Thank you, Brendan Grooms. I appreciate the donation. It means a lot to me. I appreciate every donation. It really means a lot. Trust me. It keeps everything. It keeps the lights on. People are too quick to judge your work. There are a lot of snakes out there. You're doing great. Trust me. I know. I know about the snakes. Shot out of the cannon, Topo or Jiren, who's the better character? I gotta say Jiren, he grew on me towards the end. I agree, I think he grew on me towards the end. Topo's a little one-dimensional, but I loved it when Topo straight up called him a coward. I love that. He's like, "What? Have you always been just a coward?" I love that. Like, he's not saying he's a coward, like, as far as, like, fighting goes, but he is a fucking coward as far as, like, getting over his shit. I love that. What did you think?
No, I actually love that whole motivate. It was a motivational speech, and it's something that only the protagonists throughout this whole arc have gotten. Like the whole thing of, don't stop because look what you're fighting for and what you believe in and all that. And I'm glad that one of the fighters from other universes got that kind of pep talk, and that's what I really appreciated about that whole scene.
Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Edward, for your kind words. Right here, I did read them. All right, somebody donated $400. This is the biggest singular donation I've ever had in the history of the stream. Jason Thornton did. Jason Thornton. First of all, I really appreciate that. That's just above and beyond anything I could ever imagine. I really appreciate that. All right, a lot. And I'm gonna answer your question now to the best of my abilities. My question is, what's your opinion of Frieza and good tag teaming Jiren? Pause. I think he means Goku. Frieza and Goku tag teaming Jiren. Do you think they came a long way from their battle on Namek? Well, that's for certain. They did. And the whole fight was like a tribute to the battle on Namek, which I really enjoyed. I loved it. I mean, again, watching it the second time really made me appreciate it even more than the first time because I know what they were trying to do, and I had been wanting that from the beginning of the tournament, and we finally got it at the end. So it's like they knew that they were going to give it to us, and they did give it to us.
What I really liked about this is that one theme that it's in the name. One theme that has been prevalent throughout this whole arc is survival, that self-preservation, and we have seen characters in this arc sacrifice what they believed in mere survival for their own existence. And something that I wish that the arc, now looking back at it, when I rewatched it and thought about it a little bit, is that okay, you have a character Frieza who has been a lifelong villain, and now he's working with Goku, one of like the most hated characters
You're
that
turning
he's
into a
ever.
robot now, bro. Bro, listen, stop freaking downloading for street freaking torrenting porn while we do this, bro. Come on.
No, no, no. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
I like
I'm
the,
sorry.
I
I'm
like
sorry,
the
dude.
ones
It's
that have
Discord.
long hair. I like the girls with the long hair. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Sounding like a robot right now.
You were. Go ahead. You sound better now.
Basically Frieza. Frieza teaming up with Goku is something that like is almost unimaginable. And one thing that I really wish was hammered home is that maybe a little bit more was the fact that
You're being
Goku and
robotic
Frieza.
again, bro. Look, hey, try to like log out or something because you're being robotic. I can barely hear you.
Hold on.
I don't know what's up. When you come back, you can answer that. All right, just go ahead and like do what you got to do because you're sounding really
I'll
bad.
be back. I'll be back.
Yeah. When you come back, I'll ask you. All right, we're gonna have Black and Fist back shortly. Alejandro Rodriguez, 17, was reintroduced to take the predictive Frieza win, avoiding a selfish wish, erasing Universe 7. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Mike Friend, I sent $155 donation to PayPal. How much more do you want? the DBS movie 2018 villain compared to Jiren and the right to be different. Well, first of all, thank you for that. I have not checked my PayPal, so thank you for that one. But I do want the fight to be different, and he doesn't have to be stronger than Jiren, but he has to be strong enough to make Goku do Ultra Instinct, because I don't think we're going to see this movie and not have Goku's silver hair. The Juan of PP, what do both of you think is the biggest question that was left unanswered in Super? I think for me, I'm going to wait for Juan to come back. I think for me it was what they're going to do with Frieza, and also the fact that there's two Omni Kings is weird. Like, that's never been the case before, and I wonder if that's going to be problematic. We're going to do a video about that later on. So, but it is a good question there. But that's for me. I got to ask Juan when he gets back. Brother E, Whis' powers, if the series moves forward, how do you think they tackle it? Would he be nerfed? Could it be a consequence of overexerting his power? I hope you're right, because he's way, way too OP. Like, the Angels can do anything, bro, and I want to see him fight. I want to see the Angels actually fight. I would like that. Could it be Plan Sadala Frieza was on top of? No. He's in Universe 7. Deodric, why was Boo awake if he was supposed to be asleep for a month? Tournament of Power was only 48 minutes. Gathering people took almost 2 days. Plot hole much? Maybe they woke him up. Maybe they somehow did it. Or maybe a time skip did happen. You know, that could be the case. Otherwise, then it would be a plot hole. Yeah, they forgot that Boo was supposed to be asleep. Ivan Garcia, my question to you, Geekdom. 17 and Gohan, to me, showed they are the best strategists of Universe 7. In your opinion, who do you think is the smartest fighter of Universe 7? For me, it's 17. Absolutely 17. 17 was the MVP of the tournament. He didn't get as many eliminations as Goku and Vegeta did, but he got important key ones, and he helped out in every way. He's like the John Stockton of this thing with the assists and whatnot. So, let's see here. Oh, Tragic. Tragic, are you there?
I've been sitting in this closet for the last God knows how many minutes we've been live.
You've been here the whole time?
The whole time.
Dude, I didn't even check that you were in here. I was kind of hoping you would just interrupt me then.
All right, I'm back. Hopefully this, do I sound crispy now?
You sound better. By the way, you know Tragic's been here the entire time?
Yeah, I actually knew that he was in here. I thought he was going to come in eventually.
I didn't know. Okay, so before we move on to the next question, one of the questions that was asked when you were gone was what do you think is the biggest unanswered question in Super?
The biggest unanswered question.
I said it was what they're going to do with Frieza, and right now the one that I'm wondering about is, can Ultra Instinct Goku really beat Beerus, and is Beerus stronger than Jiren? That's one that's in my head a lot. I don't know why.
I think that it's pretty. I honestly think that question. I honestly think that Ultra Instinct Goku probably is stronger than Beerus, but yeah, I think my question is what I said earlier: is what are they going to do with Frieza, and how are they going to resolve that? Because ostensibly, Frieza is still evil. He's still out there doing all kinds of heinous. He's going to attempt to do heinous crap out there. So, what are they going to do with that? I think that's the biggest unanswered question. The fact that Frieza is not resolved. He's out there still.
He's a tyrant. Yeah.
Tragic, yeah, and he's not reformed.
Tragic. Do you have anything else that for you was important?
But before I answer that question, I do want to say I was here the whole time listening, and obviously I want to make this kind of clear. Me and Geekdom actually don't share many of the same fucking things, but him ranting earlier is very, very important for him to let that out, because there are a lot of you guys out there that don't understand that we just put our opinions out there, and it's never ever accepted. We're never gonna please everybody. This is just our opinions only. So just listen to everybody with what they say, and then that way you pick up what you want, versus your episodes or how you ever look at this damn cartoon.
It's just and don't be a dick. It's just like and then what irritates me is when people say like that. Oh, I'm a real fan. How the fuck are you gonna say I'm not a real fan, bro? When I got literally thousands of dollars worth of Dragon Ball merch in my house, and I've covered Dragon Ball like, how many videos do I have, bro? Over
Yeah,
1,500. Like,
a lot.
I don't like when people say, like, and it's not just me, it's anyone. I don't like when somebody says, "Oh, that person's not a real fan."
Right.
Like, no, dude,
Right.
there's lots of different fans all over the world.
So
Beautiful
so
friends.
yeah, so I actually liked this episode, and but like Black and Fist and Geekdom said, probably the biggest question for me right now, and I actually answered this on, and I don't mean to plug my shit, but I just answered this on the stream, is is the whole Frieza thing, you know, is the whole like Frieza situation, because he's now active. He's an active member. The fact that, you know, I would like to see a rivalry between, or if he does have a rivalry, a potential rivalry even with Frost. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we have another clan, like another clansman of his out there. You know, so it would be interesting what he's going to be playing out and what basically his role is going to be. I mean, it has to be something important because that's the reason they brought him back. It can't just be like, you know, he's there.
Somebody's asking, Broken Line, do you think they'll do Android 21 if the series returns? No. 21 and Few are video game exclusive characters. 21 will be in Dragon Ball Heroes, I believe. So she's...
Everyone's in Dragon Ball Heroes.
I know. You're right. You're right. But like Mira and Toa, like, you know... These are cool characters, but they're just video game characters, you know? And that's what I like about Dragon Ball. I always like that Dragon Ball has characters that are in different sort of continuities and in different aspects of the I guess you can call it of the franchise. Like, you know, you've got characters like Beat, then you've got GT characters, then you've got, like, you know, Super, then you've got like Heroes, you've got Online, you got Xenoverse. I like how there's
then you got Frieza's son.
Yeah, Frieza from Nekomajin.
Yeah.
Then you've got Nekomaj, you got Dr. Slump,
Yeah.
and you've even got, like, if you even want to count it, like Dragon Ball Fusions has a bunch of custom fusions and custom characters. There's tons of them in that game. So, yeah. Anyways.
What about El Hermano, man? You forgot about
El
him.
Hermano, bro.
They got
Gohan
El
Blanco. El Grande
got-
Padre is my favorite, bro.
El Grande Padre.
Everybody on this call is Hispanic. What Frieza said to Jiren about his past was cold. I agree with that. What would happen if two fusions fused together? Bro, that's like an Ask FM question from 2 years ago. Remember how, Juan? Remember how we used to get that question like every week, bro?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Would we ever see a quad fusion? I think we did see that in Super. We saw kind of a quad fusion actually happen. So there you go.
Right.
They created
in Fusions, the game, they did a 5-way. Pause.
Right. They had a 5-way.
PJ Barnes says
5-way.
the only reason we didn't see 17's family on that cruiser is because they knew they'd have to commit to new character designs. That's pretty funny, and what a smart
That's a
ass.
good observation. That's
Very
a
good observation. Shout out to Totally Dank Bootypic.jpg and Bubbles. All right. Eric Washington, thank you for your generous donation. Just want to say thank you for your channel. I'm a trucker because the drive sucks. Yeah, but you probably make good money, bro, because every truck driver I know makes a really good money. So you've got all year to cover whatever you missed. Oh, I know. I've got tons of videos coming, dude. Tons. Goku and Vegeta take their classic poses at the end, but this time they're on leveled mountains showing they accept each other as equals. Really neat. Great observation. Did not pick
Man,
up
I
on
did
that.
not see that. Wow.
I didn't see that. See,
That is a keen eye.
this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, I have so much respect for my subscribers. Like, when I rant, it's not on my subs. It's on the haters. My subs are freaking smart, dude, because I never picked up on that. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually gonna probably when
You're
this
gonna
stream's
steal
off,
that?
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah.
You thief. Alden Moore saying it now. The new series will have Frieza run into Yamoshi, then Goku and Vegeta will be warned. That might happen in the movie for all we know.
Why does everybody want to see Yamoshi so bad? I don't want to see Yamoshi. I'm gonna be honest.
I just want to see somebody cool, bro.
You know, if we see Yamoshi, I want to see him like that Bruce Lee flick. You know, he looks at the poster at the little mirror and shit, you know, the portrait and shit with the candles and shit. That's all I want to see Yamoshi. I don't want to see nothing of Yamoshi. I don't want to see nothing of it. I just want to see.
You just want to see a shrine to a dead character?
Right. That's all I want to see. A shrine. He's dead.
You know that's a perfect way to build up hype.
It is.
Yeah, that like, and then everyone's gonna be, oh my god, we saw the shrine. We gotta see more.
Right. That's it. Yeah. Just keep that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saiyan of Hyrule says, do you think that making... Oh, and one thing I want to say that's kind of funny real quick before I answer that question. This is the third Saiyan that's been a villain in a movie. We got Turles, then we have Broly. And it's like, it's not really new territory, but if it's an older Saiyan, that's pretty cool. Do you think that making Goku not able to reach Mastered UI is a way of keep the form a special thing for the future? Yes. You pretty much answered the... Well, I mean, you didn't answer the question for me, but yeah, the answer is yes, and thank you for your support. Anybody have any objections to that?
No, I think that that's pretty much what they wanted to do. I mean, I also think it's also a good way to kind of keep Goku, have a governor on them, like you would a car. That's the governor they put on Goku there. It's like, okay, I think we gotta nerf him a little bit because it's getting out of hand here. It's getting a little too crazy.
Now, this is a very popular theory I've seen pop up, and I'm probably going to do a video on it. Do you think the new guy from the new movie might be from one of the universes that Zeno erased, not the one that got erased from the tournament, but the ones that were already erased? I would love it if 17's Wish brought back 6 universes and the new villains were from there, and Zeno. But then the question would be, why doesn't Zeno just erase them again? You know, that's the only thing where it would be kind of confusing, you know. They would have to figure something out. Spider says, Geekdom no hagas caso a esa gente odiosa y amargada. Your work is a great gift to me. You keep doing... I'm not going to translate that. You know what he said.
He's translation, keep up the good work.
Pretty
don't
much.
listen to the haters. And, yeah.
Thank you for your kind words out of step with reality. Stacy says, episode 131 is the ultimate Control Z. Fuck, Mary, kill, double for Yamamoto, Jesus Christ. I'm not answering that question, bro. Amir Adawan, do you think the new Saiyan in the movie will have a tail and some Uzaru action? Well, he does have a tail. You can see it in the trailer a little bit, and I would love if we saw Uzaru again.
I don't think he does have a tail.
I thought he did have one. I could have sworn I saw it in the trailer.
No, that's he has like a almost.
Was
like
I seeing things, bro?
Probably. He has like a fur coat tied around his waist.
I thought that was a tail, bro.
No, it's a fur coat.
A fur coat tied around his waist that looks like a tail.
I don't know what that is. It looks like, you know, it looks like a golden Uzaro's like skin. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like.
I hope we do see Uzaru. We have not seen that form, bro.
When
was the last time we saw that form?
Forever.
I think the last time we actually
18
saw
years?
Well, yeah. I think,
yeah. 18 years.
Other than GT, all right, other than GT, Tree of Might, that was the last time we saw it.
97?
Well, 97 here, but in Japan it was like 91. But 97 is when GT was airing, and you know, 96 is really when we saw Golden Uzaru. How strong do you think an android Saiyan would be? Radix modified by Garo. I would love if they made a villain like that, but the thing is, here's the thing. You've already got Cell, who's got the cells of all the different fighters, but what he's talking about is Dr. Garo, or Jiro, if you want to call him that, modifying a Saiyan. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
it will be.
No question from me. I love all the content, whether or not I agree with every single thing you say. I find your content extremely entertaining and informing. Keep posting together. Well, thank you, and that's the important thing. You don't have to agree with everything I say. I don't want you to agree with everything I say. That's fine. We'll have a debate. We'll have a discussion.
Yeah,
we'll have to hate each other.
I like anime. He likes cartoons.
Yeah, fuck you. You think the Saiyan could be from a revived universe? That was already asked earlier. Can Zeno create universes like destroying them? No. That was... Okay, I don't know. It was never stated he could, though. Shark Tank, Goku can't use Ultra Instinct, is Vegeta stronger? Did a video on that going up. No, it already went up, actually, earlier today. We talked about it earlier today, so check that out on the channel. Mike Friend, read my PP note and hit me back email about my topic idea. I send another PayPal donation with my email address in case it doesn't get to you. Okay, I'll check that out later. Dane Fitzmaurice. Geekdom, firstly, thank you for your awesome content and character. I've never heard of a last name Fitzmaurice. That's probably made up by him. That's like Swahili mixed with like Slavic. Well, it's wacky. These past few years wouldn't have been the same without you. Question, do you think DBS movie villain will be stronger than Jiren? That was asked earlier. I think he will be... I don't know. I think he'll be maybe as strong. I don't know about stronger. What do y'all think? I already gave my thoughts on that.
I think that probably the same strength is pretty likely because... I mean, first of all, they weren't able to be completely... It's not like they completely surpassed Jiren in this arc anyway, so...
No.
Another antagonist around the same strength makes sense. The only way I can see this antagonist being stronger than than Jiren is if Jiren and Topo are involved in the movie somehow.
And here's the thing. Let's make this very clear to everybody. If Jiren and Goku fought 1-on-1 and Jiren went all out from the beginning, Goku would be toast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if it was Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku against Jiren, that's a little closer fight.
It'll probably be, yeah, that point would be even. Another thing that we got to realize is that it's not 110% confirmed that that's a Saiyan. Because when they did the interview, they said he could be a Saiyan. That's exactly what.
You talking about the movie villain?
Yeah, the movie villain. They said he could be a Saiyan.
Well, I think
he was a Saiyan.
I think that he is only based on the fact that the promotional says, Saiyans have no limits. I just have that weird feeling.
Right.
Yeah, but you're right.
Could it be it could be a crossbreed. I mean, it could be exactly what you said. It could be somebody that's been altered from maybe one of those different universes and shit. And we don't know.
Yeah, or it could be multiple villains. I mean, that's another thing. It could be multiple villains. I would love it if they did a Dragon Ball movie. Here's what I would love. Something different. Here's a different idea. Juan, I want to get your thoughts on this, bro. I want a Dragon Ball movie where you have multiple villains and they're all out for themselves, and you have even them fighting each other. You have a faction over here, then a faction over here, and then you have Goku and the gang, and you have them all kind of fighting, and they're not getting along. They do that kind of stuff in in Super Sentai.
And maybe changing allegiances.
Changing allegiances, and they fight Goku, but they also fight each other. That's something we've never seen before. And I said, Super Sentai and Kamen Rider do that shit all the time. That would be great if they did something like that. It's so different. It's so different from Toriyama, but it could work.
No, that could definitely be a good idea to shake things up. Maybe I could imagine maybe the Goku and the rest of the gang team up with another evil quote unquote faction to stop a greater one, and then the evil faction stabs him in the back or something. I could see something like that.
Yeah, I agree. Louis Belmonte, thank you for the kind words. He says he hopes there's a new series to come after the movie. I think there will be, but nothing's been announced officially yet. Did you notice how Goku and Frieza fought so well against Jiren? Yes, I did, and it was cool. So they're gonna just have tights at the end, but Tarble gets nada. Damn, even he knows he shouldn't exist.
Imagine if Tarble was the bad guy. That'd be fucked up.
That'd be fucked.
He's
too weak though, but yeah.
But listen, but check this out, right? The reason why I say that is because the same guy who did Yo-Yo Son Goku, is the same guy it's the same guy that's directing this movie, right?
Is it?
And it's the same guy? Yeah, it's the same guy.
I don't remember him doing that.
I'll be honest. I actually think I wouldn't be completely against the idea of Taro being
I wouldn't be against that idea.
I wouldn't be against it.
I think people are wondering.
I think it would be kind of cool if he was a villain, and then we have Vegeta beating the shit out of him or something like that.
That would be crazy.
That would be awesome. Well, I mean, we already saw Goku fight his brother. The thing is, though, people have asked a lot about Tarble because he was in the 2008 special, the Yo Son Goku, not in Super. And Vegeta never mentioned him, but he did mention him in Battle of the Gods. Now, people have said in the movie, oh, does that mean he's non-canon? And once again, you can't think about canon, but if it helps you with this, Yo Son Goku's original draft was written by Toriyama. So if that helps you canonize it in your own head, the event.
Well, they did mention Tarble twice in Super. They mentioned him.
Because I don't remember them ever mentioning Tarble once. Only in the movie.
They mentioned him twice. They mentioned him in the earlier parts of the episode, and then when they're trying to recruit more fighters, Bulma asks him, "Well, how about your brother?" And he says, "No, he's in a far off place. I don't even know how to get to him." So
are you sure that's not from Battle of Gods? Because that's the line from Battle of Gods.
No, that's in Super, bro.
Juan, do you remember that?
I remember the line being in Battle of Gods for sure. I think I'm pretty certain that line is in the Super version, but I'm not 100%. But I'm pretty certain it's in the Super version as well.
Okay, well that's good to know. Then.
I know for a fact it was in Battle of Gods though. It was in Battle of Gods.
No, I know that for sure. Yeah. Because she's like, "Don't you have his cell number?"
Right. They use it again, and then even in the manga they use it again as well. I think.
I don't even remember. Yeah, that's because I always found it weird that there was no mention of him at all.
And you know what would be cool about using him as a character is almost like they live that whole same part of how they send you off into these planets to basically conquest, and once you become better or become a warrior, then you can come back. That would be kind of crazy. Like
If he
they
came back
do-
evil.
right? Like you guys sent me off. You know, I went through hell. I went through all this BS. You know, and now he's pissed off. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be a good twist of an idea if they do that. If they do.
Will
That'd be-
Mastered UI return in movie form as going gets from being pushed? Goku gets being pushed. I think so. I think it will. I think we'll see it. Have you been seeing Dragon Ball fans trashing Gigi no Kitaro videos and posts because of it replacing Dragon Ball Super times? Does it annoy you? They're uneducated, in my opinion. It does, because even though I understand the passion behind Dragon Ball fans, trashing another series that's replacing it, and the reason why it's replacing it is actually for a good reason. It's just a waste of time. Like, you're just wasting your time. You know, they're not gonna cancel Kitaro, bro. Kitaro's gonna keep going. It's big in Japan. Like, Kitaro's big in Japan. It's just not, like, if you're trying to get it removed, it's not happening. Like, they're not gonna bring Super back in August because you want it to come back. That's, you know, next year maybe, but not sooner than Kitaro. So I do think it's just a waste of time. It's, you know, but Dragon Ball fans, they had to have known that, or maybe they didn't know, but they had to have known that whatever series replaced Dragon Ball, I don't give a damn if it was Gundam, I don't give a damn if it was Sailor Moon, I don't care what it is, it was going to get trashed, because Dragon Ball fans are very passionate. Lucario says, I love Dragon Ball Super from Trunks onwards. The whole TOP arc was 10, 15 episodes too long. Felt like it needed an arc in between the first two. Favorite new characters, Caulifla. Controversial, but yeah.
I completely agree that that's one thing about. I honestly felt that one thing Super as a whole is missing is one arc in between Goku Black and Tournament Power. I really feel that it would have benefited the Tournament of Power arc if there was one arc in between them, just so that they can introduce all of these characters in a much better manner. That's my only.
All right.
The only thing.
I kind of agree with Kendall here to a degree. He said, and then Rick says, I'm predicting the Wish 17 May brought back all the universes when it was 18. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Hey, I didn't mean to send $400, just $5. Help. I don't think YouTube lets me do refunds, bro. I'm sorry about that. YouTube does not allow me to do that. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's not a feature that YouTube does, bro. They won't. Because when you're about to send it, like, they say, are you sure? So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Jamar says, what if Frost comes after Frieza? He might. I mean, he might do that. Thomas Bush, thank you for asking my previous question about Oob versus Frieza. Do you agree that Cell would have been a dumb choice to join Team Universe 7 because Cell intended to destroy the universe anyways? Well, he only said that right when he was going to lose, but I don't know if it's a dumb choice. In some ways, it might be a smarter choice, but when it comes to Frieza, you know, he had Golden Frieza, and I think if he didn't have that, Goku wouldn't have thought twice about bringing him because that Golden Frieza form was very powerful. So that's what I think. What do you think? Anyone? Okay. Would you want... I mean, are you going to say something? No? Okay. Would you want to see an arc involving the universes that were not part of the tournament? There could be someone stronger than Jiren out there. I would like to see that. Yeah, there's a lot of mysteries.
I would like to see what universe 1 and 12 hold, because the reason I would like to see one of them is when 17 makes the wish, those two are the first people that smile about it. Like, that's not in the main group. Like, you see the Hakaishin from Universe 12, he smiles, and then the Kai of Universe 1, he smiles about it. Everybody else is in shock. Like, all the other guys from the other universes that are not in, they're just shocked. So I would like to see what their universes hold.
Yeah. Neo Reptiles talking about the universe of 13 through 18. We covered that earlier. I said it's possible. Do you think 17 is now stronger than Cell? Yes, that's not even a question. Love your content. Will you consider making a video on the deeper philosophy of Vegeta versus God Destruction Topo, how Topo was Majin? Bro, I can hear you typing, dude. Come on.
Sorry about that.
Jeez, bro. I don't know about Topo being Majin Vegeta, but I'll think about it. I'll give it some thought. I know it's wishful thinking, but if Dragon Ball does come back, it's actually not that... It probably will come back, dude. I personally want it to be a seasonal anime Attack on Titan thought. That's not going to happen because Dragon Ball makes too much money. The seasons would be like year long, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like Dragon Ball Super was what, 3 years? I thought it was mentioned in the future Trunks arc the angels were supposed to die when the God instructions die. Why was Bad still alive in 131? I don't know what Bad is, but Bad. And this he means I don't know who that is. Okay, well, anyways, they never said the angels die. They said the angels were disabled.
They become inactive. But you got to understand, like, they're in a void where all of them are present. So
yeah, and
they're present in front of their father, pretty much. So they're not gonna be like, you're not gonna see them just disappear.
Thank you, Tyler, for your kind words. At the end of the Cell arc, why weren't King Kai, Bubbles, and Gregory resurrected when the wish was made to revive those killed by Cell back to life? I think it's I don't really know. I have an answer.
An oversight. It's basically an oversight.
No, because I was like wondering, like, was there a loophole here? But I don't remember there being a loophole.
I don't. Well, did they specify on Earth?
I don't think so.
If they said on Earth, that might be the technicality that they use.
I don't think.
But
they
I'm
said
not
on
sure
Earth.
about that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm not sure about that.
Would a grown-up Frieza be stronger than SSB? Grown up. I think he means older. Can you imagine a King Cold-sized Golden Frieza? Would you want to see that? Well, I would, but we don't know much about King Cold. They say that was his second form, or others say it's his real form. There's just not enough evidence on that. I would want to see that, though. Connor says, why does Tragic talk like that? I guess he means, like, because you sound like you're, like, half asleep. I don't know what he means by that. That's just how you talk, though.
I'm talking... No,
because he has a deep-ass voice, man.
I'm actually talking low and close to the mic because my office is in my room and my wife is sleeping.
There you go. That's your answer. That's your answer.
I mean, if you want to hear me high pitched, just, you can check me another.
One theory on what they will do with Frieza, it'll be an all-out war, the two Emperors, Universe 6, Universe 7, Frost versus Frieza, Frost alive at the end. I'd like to see that too. I don't know if we will see it, but I'd like to see it.
I want to see them both fight. I want to see
Frieza will beat his ass though, bro.
Frieza and Frost. I want to see, but see, we know that there could be some, Frieza, Froza, whatever race in Universe 6. So would he really be his ass? You know what I mean?
Every universe has
he
been
might
restored.
have a daddy.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I thought you were done. My bad. What were you saying?
No, you good. You good.
So again, I'm being asked the same questions over and over again, which means I'm gonna have to make a video about it. I don't know if the other universes are back. It's never stated they are. Did you notice how Goku and Frieza fought so well together against Jiren? That's another question I had earlier. Yes, I did. Have we reached a point in Dragon Ball where no one's ever really in any danger? Whis' Rewind, Revival, Super Dragon Ball, Xenoblade, etc. It seems that way. If Goku's friends with all the gods, he can make anything happen. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, that's one thing that's also worrying me about Future Super, is that all these powerful beings might inhibit real threats in the future, and I just don't. It's I don't know, man. Like, it almost feels like the whole Dragon Ball world is being written into a corner. But who knows? I mean, like I said before, that's the way I feel. But Toriyama's the millionaire, so and right. I guess he's gonna have to figure it out.
So I just want to say real quick, to the gentleman that donated the 400 and saying it was on accident, DM the channel. I need you to send me a direct message on the channel so we can discuss what to do about it. Just letting you know, like, DM me, because YouTube will not let me do anything about that. I can't. There's no feature that lets you do that. So, DM the channel, like, say, hey, I'm the guy who donated such and such, and then we'll figure it out from there. Okay. And by the way, DM it from the same account you donated from, because if not, I'm not gonna believe it's really you. So, like, DM me from the same account on the back end of my channel. Go to About and then go to Send Message, and I'll take a look at it tonight. If the movie's a success, will Toyotaro continue the series like AF or focus on 10-year time skip? I have no idea. There's just no answer there. Like, he puts hashtag GT non-canon. What'd I tell you about canon, bro? What'd I tell you about that? Come on.
Canon don't exist.
Hey, I'll tell you something right now. Dragon Ball Z is not canon. How about that?
Oh, man, you're asking for it.
I don't know. I agree with him.
Check out my Instagram for DBS hip-hop album Painted Hats at Master Kevin-san. You've been an inspiration for utilizing my love of Dragon Ball somehow. So much love to you. Thank you for that. And I look forward to seeing your hats. Tyler Martindale, Frieza has been revived to destroy the 27 planets left in the universe. He isn't going to be the emperor of much. I don't know if he's going to destroy any more planets, but there isn't much there. I always thought that was BS. Do you think Vegeta?
Man, that's one of the worst lines in Superman.
Yeah, I can't stand that line because
That line just ruins like like it really is one of the worst things. That's honestly, that one line is probably, in my opinion, like out of all the huge things that people complain about, that honestly pisses me off more than just about like almost all the shit that people complain about.
Not Goten and Trunks not aging. You're okay with that one?
I mean, yeah, that's annoying, but it's not as aggravating as completely destroying your own world. No.
Do you think Vegeta would and should take all of his fam, including Tarble, to planet Sadala with him if Super comes back? Tarble stays and new BFFs with Kaba. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Are you saying like they're gonna like
be friends?
Like move there or just visit? I don't think he's gonna take like Bulma and Trunks to Planet Sadala. I just don't see that happening.
Maybe he could go there on an expedition and maybe stay there for an extended period of time, but I don't see him actually living there.
Yeah, I don't either. I think he's moved past the living with other Saiyans. Plus, it could be problematic. What'd you say?
No.
Had a random thought. This is SSJ Yuri. So it might be silly, but since the character in the movie had green aura, could that be related to what Vegeta referred to Saiyan's true form when Kale transformed? It could be. It could be. I don't know if they thought that far ahead, but it is possible. I sometimes want to give them credit, sometimes not enough credit. It just depends. Marcus Nordan, Geekdom, what do you think of Vegeta's super bothered look at the Goku Frieza team up? I thought it was funny, bro. I thought it was funny. What did you think?
He probably was like, I can't believe this is fucking happening. I cannot believe what I am seeing here.
We were all thinking that.
I thought it was great, and the reason why I thought it was great because if you know, for so long people have said that Vegeta and Goku have the best chemistry as far as fighting is concerned, but you know, people have forgotten that Goku has fought Frieza multiple times. So for them to understand each other's movement sets and for them to fight together made perfect sense for them to fight together. You know
Here's a good question. Go ahead. I'll tell you. I have a good question for you.
Go ahead.
All right. How do you think the series will handle stamina moving forward, since Tournament of Power made being tired kind of irrelevant, right? And do you think Whis would ever make Vegeta become a god of destruction? Technically, that was the catch to train him. They dropped that line, bro. What happened with that line about how he's like, okay, I'll make you into a god of destruction if you come train with me? They didn't follow that up?
Maybe he'll be like a candidate, just like Topo is, and he'll be like a stand-in just in case something happens to Beerus or something. Maybe that's the way they'll explain it.
But they never followed it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still think that maybe in future material, like let's say Super starts up again, maybe they'll say, okay, well now since you've been trained up, Vegeta, now you're essentially a candidate now. Now you're and maybe Goku's now also in line. Now if something happens to Beerus, you're obligated to take that position now. I think maybe that's how they can fix it. You could say, quote unquote.
Well, does that mean that Belmood already gave his position up? Because I mean, Topo did become an official god of destruction.
I don't think he did. I think that was the fruits of him training to be a god of destruction. I don't think that he actually gave up the position though. I mean, but who knows? When Super comes back, if it does, maybe he will be a god by then. I have no idea. Do you think that Frieza being resurrected will turn him into a recurring villain if they continue Dragon Ball Super? I don't think he's going to be killed in any future Dragon Ball arc, as death is BS. I don't want him to become a recurring villain, even though he kind of already is. Like, when you think about it, he's come back more than any other villain ever in the history of Dragon Ball. So he already is a recurring villain. But I don't think he's going to be a villain that is like, I don't foresee him being a villain that's going to be the leader of an arc again. I think that resurrection.
Yeah, like I said before, like in my opinion, the only way we're going to see Frieza again is if he's only a pawn or just a part of someone else's plan, and like maybe Frieza thinks he's in charge, but he's not really. Something like that. That's the only way I see Frieza continuing forward. Is just him being a pawn of another villain.
I think he got utilized the way I wanted him to be utilized. Like he still has that role and demeanor of being a prick and an asshole, like the Vegeta thing. But he doesn't have to go good all the way. You know what I mean? Like he kept that dominant role, so he probably will be utilized like later on for something that may be important that they would need him in. You know what I mean? So
Dude,
Yeah.
I've disagreed with you a few times, and it's always civil. I'll have the Blade debate. I don't even remember that. It's funny. People always say things like, "Remember when you said this?" And it's like, no, like, good or bad. Like I forget some. People need to stop getting their feelings hurt. Brandon says, with 17's wish, do you think there'll be 18 universes? Already answered that. Adam Wrangle, crazy question. Hidden Jiren fusion versus Goku and Superman fusion versus Vegeta and Saitama fusion. Come on, bro. Everyone uses the fusion dance. And then he says, love your second channel. What about this one? No. Hit and Jiren would probably beat. I think that would be the winner, Hit and Jiren, out of those three fusions. I just think that. Huh?
I would probably have to agree.
I mean,
I don't know.
Just, it's the hacked powers of Hit is too much, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would be nice to see them dive into, like, you know, what these races potentially are. Are they rival races to the Saiyans? I mean, like, think about the Kryptonians. The Kryptonians had like so many rivaled races that were just as strong as them, type of thing. So it would be interesting to see where these guys line up. I mean, if they're that strong and they're that dangerous, where they line up as far as, you know, the hierarchy of those guys as warriors, you know. That's what I want to see.
Marcus says, have you seen Dragon Ball Absalon? Because the upcoming movie makes me instantly think of Absalon. My theory is that this Saiyan from an entirely different universe, Saiyans we haven't seen before. Well, that makes sense. I think that would be, I'd be okay with that if they had, but then again, why would there be Saiyans in another universe besides 6 and 7? Unless they have a new backstory, it would just not make sense unless they change it. And I have seen Absalon. It's been years though. I haven't watched a Dragon Ball Absalon since I think 2015 or 2014. Like he stopped uploading for a long time, and I had not seen any new ones. Goku's hair flicker was like when he first went SSJ. It was. Yamoshi can't be summoned since they tried to do it in the Battle of Gods but failed. That's why I didn't think they'll bring him. Yeah, I mean they did try to bring the original Super Saiyan God, but then again, like, that was so long ago that, I mean, maybe Yamoshi's dead at the time. It's hard to say. The dragon would have probably said something about it. That's why I don't know if it'll be him. Joseph Mojica with Vegeta's line at the end of Super matching the teaser of the movie. What do you think of the movie's villain being one of the Saiyans that Yamoshi defeated after he became the first SSG? I like that more, actually. I think that makes more sense than it being Yamoshi. Okay? All right.
Sounds good.
Gian Nicolini Geeks, do you do a video comparing the different animation art styles? What's your favorite style from all the franchise? I like Minoru Maeda's style, and that's more anime AJ's territory. I think he would do one better than me, because also it would be very long because there's a lot of different animation styles.
I actually like Maeda the best as well.
Yeah, that 20-second
Episode
Budokai.
95. Episode 95, Goku turning Super Saiyan for the first time is that design I really like.
Well, I like the 20-second tournament stuff all the way into like the Saiyan arc, like that. You know what I mean? Like that old school Dragon Ball young Goku style. I like it. I've always been a fan.
Mm-hmm.
What if the Saiyan in the movie was the Saiyan of legend Vegeta spoke of from the past, frozen all this time and now back?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it could be. What does that mean?
Nah, I don't know. I just don't want that. I don't want nothing to deal with Yamoshi, man. Like nothing. Like I like Mojica's idea that he had, because it does make more sense of like that berserker style saying, or that wilder saying, that more aggressive saying. I like that. I just don't want to see anything that has to deal with Yamoshi, legendary. I don't want to see nothing legendary. I don't want to see that. It just doesn't make, it won't make no sense. If they touch the story, would be cool, but just to bring that back up now, like, it just doesn't make sense.
Can I just say that I actually don't like the concept of Yamoshi? And I'm not going to go into a big rant on here, but the thing is about Yamoshi. Okay, look, if Yamoshi is in the new movie or it gets his movie or something in the future in an anime or something, that's fine. He can be a good character, but I don't like the very concept of him, just because he's essentially Broly pasted over. Instead of he's legendary, now he's the original god. You know, it's like a very similar thing, like of the legendary Super Saiyan, but now it's like the Super Saiyan God. And I didn't like this concept of Toriyama, like trying to say, oh, Frieza was scared of the Super Saiyan God, when it was clear from the original like material that it was referencing to a legendary Super Saiyan.
That's right.
Not a
Two
Super
different
Saiyan
things.
God.
That's right.
Not a Super Saiyan God. And I just don't like this. Like, I mean, okay, people are gonna say, oh, it's another retcon, and you better deal with it.
It is a retcon.
Because Dragon Ball is full of them. But see, here's the thing: there are good retcons, and then there are bad ones.
Yep.
Good retcons are something that don't inherently conflict with previous material.
Like Goku being revealed to be an alien.
Are ones that do.
Yeah, like Goku being revealed to be an alien is a retcon. That's a good one.
But that's
Toriyama
a good one
did not
because
plan
it doesn't conflict with anything.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Probably the best one in the whole series, honestly.
But anyway, that's just a little side tangent, but whatever, you know.
How do you have stakes and tension in the future when Goku has Beerus, Whis, and Zenos in his pocket? I've said that I don't know how long. Like, once Goku made friends with Zeno, I've said that, like, so many times that there's just hard to believe there's any stakes when he's got friends with the higher level gods.
Yeah, I from the moment, like, I saw that they were going to go into that direction back, you know, like in episode 50-something, I was very skeptical about the whole thing.
Could you?
Yeah.
No, he's saying, could you imagine if Garo worked on Frieza, Jiro, after he mutilated himself on Namek instead of cold, incompetent scientists? If a normal human 17 was that strong, imagine Frieza. Like, he's talking about, like, Dr. Jiro creating a Mecha Frieza. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Cybernetic to the cell. I mean, to the molecular cell that he did 17. Yeah, that'd be dope.
It's pretty funny that a scientist from Earth, a regular human scientist from Earth, is somehow better than, like, intergalactic space
scientists. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And they have all this great technology, too.
Right.
Aside from Goku and Jiren, which fight was your favorite? I don't know if you mean, like, in the arc or in the entire series. In the arc, other than Goku and Jiren, fuck, dude, maybe Goku
and Kefla.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goku and
for me, at least.
Kefla. Vegeta and Toppo.
Vegeta and Toppo was good. The first part of it.
Yeah, the first part of it. Hit and Jiren was good.
I like the Universe 7 versus Universe 9 fight early in all the Zen exhibition fights were good too.
Oh, you know what's one good ass fight that's overlooked? It's Goku and Gohan when they had their sparring match. Dude,
I like that fight.
Go back and watch that. That was a very well competently animated fight.
Okay, so when people say rushed, like when the people say rushed and not understand, those are like those type of fights. To me, I feel like were rushed, and what I mean, it was too fast. It was not like crazy developing, like, but they were so good. I wanted to see more of it. Like they could have added more to it. You know, like that's. I wanted to see more of those type of fights. You know what I mean? As far as like that fight being there, like the Gohan and Goku, I wanted to see that a little bit, longer, stretched out a little bit longer. The Jiren and Hit, I want to see those longer. I think they could have done more with those fights. Maybe told a better story with those fights.
True satisfaction.
They were good.
The true satisfaction for me was Android 17 getting his boat. All right. Jacob says, do you think Vegeta will ever get a major W? Now, how would you feel if it would have been 17's place, like if his self-destruct took out Toba, but you thought he died and he came back in time to save Goku? I think the Vegeta fans would have lost their freaking minds if that happened.
I would have wet my pants.
Right? I think a lot of fans would love that, actually. I think that would be, like, incredible. I'd be okay with it, honestly. I would be okay with it.
Yeah. I was happy that, I was happy that they chose, one of the three guys that have always been Goku's rival, as in the end. I mean, those three guys, Vegeta, 17, and Frieza, have like redeeming factors of themselves, like a point where they can redeem themselves. I mean, it was smart for them to use 17. I think that was a really smart move.
No, it was. It just would have been pretty symbolic if the last three were Goku, Frieza, and Vegeta, and then Goku and Frieza eliminate Jiren and Vegeta's last one in. That would actually be kind of cool. I'm not even gonna lie.
It would be.
I like that a lot. Yeah. So good question, or I guess comment, whichever comment. Brandon says, watch this upcoming movie. Opponent be someone like Broly. It's not Broly.
No.
Daniel says, Golden Lovers or Young Bucks? Who wins later?
Young Bucks.
I think the Young Bucks. What if 17's wife is Launch? I don't think that's the case. Shane is...
That'd be awesome, though.
That would be something unexpected. Shane Gilroy, thank you for your very nice comment. I appreciate that very much. Pac-Mania, would you like it if the next series retells GT arcs to fit with super continuity? I don't know. I don't know if I like a I don't know. Like, that's something that happens in comic books a lot. I don't know how I would feel about that. That's a weird situation.
I would only, the only reason why I would like that, like if they're retelling GT's story better.
But with like Blue and shit, is that what he's talking about?
Like, but yeah, like they could fit the story, because if you kind of look at it, even in the games, right? Both worlds exist. They're different timelines, but they exist in that time. They exist in that universe. It's almost like thinking about Marvel. Marvel has so many stories, but they live in different timelines. So it could make sense, like if they retold that story was being in the same timeline as the current super. You know what I mean? So it would make sense. It won't take away from GT. It will only add the fact that maybe it's on a different timeline and it still exists. They could play that role out, because the games have it right now. And it would be a smart business move to kind of add that in.
Not
just my opinion.
I would have to see how it was done. That's the thing. Right. It's hard to really get. That one is a question that's really tough, because if you get creative with it, it could be awesome.
Right.
And if you make it better than GT, it could be awesome. Can't think of Dragon Ball question, but what's your favorite Mania match? I think he means of all time. My favorite WrestleMania match of all time is The Rock versus Steve Austin, Mania 17, because it was just freaking awesome, bro. Just nonstop. Those guys didn't even breathe.
Hulk Hogan and Warrior.
That's a good one too, bro. WrestleMania 6, bro. That was the first really...
Randy Savage and Warrior.
That's even better, bro. That's even better, bro. When the retirement match, and then right. Elizabeth going baby. That was awesome.
I love that one.
Can we talk about Goku's armbands? He uses them to block almost everything, and they aren't obliterated. What are they made of? Adamantium? Were the materials of the Z Fighter's gi ever stated before? No, it wasn't. It's true though. Like, these guys fight, and their shirts and their clothing stays on, even though
his pants are definitely adamantium.
Yeah, they got
sure for that.
Vibranium from Wakanda.
Yeah, you got vibranium draws on.
That's one of those, it's a cartoon type of answers. How OP would Ultra Instinct Black be? Pretty damn powerful, honestly. Shane says, I was in a movie theater manager for 5 years. Collected movie posters that whole time. I have a strange unit of them. 90% have a few Paddington posters. If so, want one. I'm thinking about it, bro. I'm gonna have to hit you up on that. I might take you up on that offer. What happened to Frieza's tail in 131?
He hit your spot.
Did Frieza not have a tail in 131? I didn't notice that.
I think what he's talking about,
his tail got pulled. Like a section of his tail got like ripped off when Jiren slammed him against the ground.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. You can PayPal him back. Well, I told him to hit me up privately, bro, and we'll discuss all that, because I don't know what the hell happened there. We didn't get to El Padre Grande and Gohan Blanco duke it out. Yeah, we didn't get that, unfortunately. I'm betting that if Screw Attack does another death battle with Superman, they're just going to diss Ultra Instinct, because if that was said by Goku due to bad writing, I mean, I don't really care what they do.
Dude, okay, look, I'm just going to tell you right out. Superman is always going to win, because they literally said Superman has infinite power, so he's always going to win.
Which is not
true.
There
you go. Open shut. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. In their fan fiction world, Superman has infinite power, so stop with the whole Screw Attack, Goku versus Superman. He's always going to win on that fucking show, so just stop. There you go.
Unless they get political and let Goku win, then, like, because the real reason is because the fans complained. Yeah, I don't really care what they do.
Exactly.
Don't you wish they explained why the kids were so roughed up? Yeah, that's what I was saying in my review. Like, people were coming down on me for that one too. They did show them for a second.
Yeah.
I said that they didn't show them in the arc, not for that 1 second. Obviously, I saw that.
Yeah, they showed them, and behind them was the poachers beat up. So, they were just taking care of business while while everybody was gone.
But we didn't see it in the arc, though.
Right, we didn't see it. But
that's what I was saying in my review.
Yeah, they showed the montage. They showed a montage clip of it so people could be aware. It's like that clip where Beerus is like, when Beerus says, "Oh, they attacked on the ground," and they show everybody a diagram of Ribrianne attacking underground 18. That's more like being self-aware and saying, "Hey, jackass, we don't have to explain everything. Here it is." That's exactly what they're doing. So
I think so. I am surprised that we never went back to the island though. At least once.
I would have loved to see them, defend the little island. That would have been cool.
Would have been cool, yeah. Any tips on how to become a cutie like you guys? Don't send questions like that.
Eat a lot of pernil.
There you go. I just read something about how Frieza gets insanely strong quickly, and want to know what you have to say about it. I don't.
Everyone got insanely strong quickly in this arc.
It's just how it is.
We
bro.
we don't know anything about Frieza. I mean, as far as comparison, he's probably like the closest thing to 17 as far as.
Are you? Yeah, I hope that you're not referring to that whole 4 months thing because,
Right.
I mean, this arc completely blew that out of the water. I mean, people were getting strong within seconds.
That's right.
I remember when people were complaining about 4 months. Now it's seconds, man.
Within 48 minutes, they became ridiculously stronger than 4 months.
Would you rather see Hit or Jiren fight Goku again? Both.
Both.
Geekdom 101 Swag Kage collab. I don't know when. Someday. Maybe. Did you notice Jiren ripped Frieza's tail? I thought he just stepped on it and punched him. I didn't notice he ripped it. Did he?
Yeah, I didn't notice it either until one of the last shots when Frieza was getting revived. I noticed his tail was gone. I was like, what? Where did that happen?
Was that a mistake? Go ahead, sorry.
I thought it was a mistake at first.
It's the part where like Goku volleys him into Jiren, and then Jiren Frieza grabs Jiren, and they're going like 100 miles an hour. Jiren decides to spin to knock them off course of being eliminated, and he lands on that little rock. That's when the tail was ripped. So at that particular point,
Lucario says, idea for a new arc. I know you say no to 21 in the show, but instead of Miyu and Gara, why not have Pepperoni approach 21? Arc ends with Super 17 versus Majin 21. 2 Gara creations fighting to the death. That's a total video game storyline. That's something we do in Heroes, and I like the idea. I love that idea. Don't get me wrong. I would totally love it. I would love it if they had arcs that weren't Goku-centric, like that right there. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying have Goku not be in it, but not have it be just about Goku. I would love that, but it's just more of a video game storyline, than an anime storyline. Regarding the video on World of Geekdom, I think Steve and Tony are not going to meet Infinity War because they are different planets. Also, Cap needs his shield back from Tony, so he dies in 3 back and 4.
Follow the Illuminati storyline. That's the best way to understand that.
They're not on different planets the entire movie, though. That's one thing that's a fact. And I don't think he's going to die in 3 and come back in 4. I think he might die in 4. But again, we'll see. We'll see. We could have seen Vegeta, Frieza team up, Son Gohan, and Son Goku. Piccolo and 17 have many missed opportunities. You would think about it. I've said it before. Like I talked about it before about the arc. Yeah, there's a lot of. I would have loved a Piccolo 17 team up.
That would have been sick.
It's a blink, and if you missed it, but Frost was resurrected. Yeah, I know that. If Frost is anything like Frieza, I'm sure he'll want revenge for Frieza betraying him. I think if DBS returns, Frost will go after him. I agree. I think that Frost
I want to see that.
Revenge F, bro. That's revenge F.
By the way, I just want to say I missed it. 17 and Piccolo I think is a missed opportunity. I didn't think about it, but damn, now that you brought it up, that's a missed opportunity.
What about a Vegeta Frieza team up? We didn't do that either.
Yeah, didn't do that either. That would have been dope. That would have been dope.
I think you know what I think. If I would have thought that if Frieza and Vegeta were like in the same vicinity and Vegeta said, "No, you know what? Screw you. I'm not working together, even though we're on the same team." I think that would have been enough. But I don't know. Maybe
in the new
you
movie.
disagree with me, but I mean, I think Vegeta hates Frieza that much that it would be.
I would have loved to see it.
What do you think of the idea that Frieza's race is possibly the strongest in the universe, not the Saiyans? He caught up with SS Blue Goku in just a few months of training. Imagine if he trained for a year with Whis. Well, the Saiyans were never the strongest in the universe. Just a handful of them were special ones. Yeah.
I mean, everyone has to remember that the Saiyans weren't here's one thing that I always people forget because the Saiyans have been such they've been
the centerpiece.
So
but remember the movie might retcon what you're about to say.
Yeah, let's just say this. In Bardock in the Bardock Father of Goku TV special, the Saiyans weren't looked as a great fighting force. They were getting to be a great fighting force.
They were warriors,
but
they were not. Yeah, they were warriors, but
they weren't on the level of the
But remember, they weren't looked on as great warriors even then. They were getting there, a few of them, but that's what people need to remember. But
Why is everyone so confused about Frieza's motives? I think it's obvious that he just wants to be in power. He's a narcissist sociopath. He won't do anything with his new force. He's smarter than that. He'll die again. I mean, I don't disagree with
his
that.
goal his goal in the tournament of power or in super at the end was just to live so he can get back to his position. That's it. That's all it was. I mean, you can't really think anything outside of that. His goal was to live.
I get the argument.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just to reiterate the feeling, I think that Frieza's gonna be like, yeah, I can't mess with Goku normally, so I'm gonna like resurrect some god force or get some like evil gods from other universes, and then that god's gonna be like too much for Frieza to handle, and that's basically, once again, like I said before, he's gonna be a pawn in some other villain's game, and I think that's the only way for Frieza to continue forward.
And Frieza, like, one thing that I've always thought is that Frieza, that these guys' race must know a lot more about the Saiyans. Like, they're probably the closest things to the Namekians, like, as far as knowing other people's information. Like,
seems that way, right?
They definitely, like, his race has to know. Frieza himself has to know a lot about all the races combined. Like, they meticulously pick certain people for their army. They meticulously know, he knows what he's doing. So it's not like he's a dumb guy.
Yeah, like the Ginyu Force all has their own little powers. Like that was done purposely.
And that's purposely. Yeah, that is purposely. So it's not like something where it's like it's out of the blue. So.
I get the argument for why would there be a Saiyan in a universe other than 6-7, but there was a Yard Rat totally different for universe 6-7. So plot hole or hint? No, I mean you're right, and they never explain that either. Like we don't even know where that came from either. I don't know if
that
like
was something I didn't like, but yeah.
Yeah, there was a Yard Rat and a Sephorian, and it's like it's just confusing because you're right, it was never explained. Like, did Universe 2 recruit him from Universe 7? Are they originally from Universe 2? I mean, there's just a lot of there's a lot of unanswered questions.
That's probably one of the ones that's gonna stick out as far as Super is concerned. Like, you know,
and they'll probably never answer that.
They'll probably never answer it. That's crazy. Like, are they from like all the universes? Like, can they travel all the universes? I mean, are they stuck to just one universe? Like, that's one thing we may never ever know.
The villain in the movie is a Saiyan god from one of the already destroyed universes. There weren't 4, but there were 6, and maybe. Video of how we can watch Dr. Slump anime. I have it fan subbed, so I don't know anything about watching. The only way you can watch it like legally is if you purchase the movie pack on Amazon, Dr. Slump movie pack 1 through 5. You can watch the movies on there, and those were actually subtitled. They were official release from Discotech Media, subtitled by Herms. Herms himself translated those for Discotech Media, folks. Herms is legit. Is the global release of the new movie confirmed? They want to do it, but I haven't seen confirmation yet from them. So
yeah, that's their goal is to release it worldwide, but that's not confirmed.
What if all the Saiyans from destroyed universes are back? Well, we'll find out in the movie, bro. If they do make a new series, would it be a good idea to retire, erase out the older Z Warriors, and slowly replace them with Goten, Trunks, Pan, Oop? I get that question every stream. Yes, that's what they should do. They should do that. That's a very, very popular question.
It is.
Guardians 2. Bro, that meme is dead, bro. That's a dead meme. The Guardians 2 meme is dead.
Guardians 4 is coming out.
Yes, it is. No, 3 first. Come on, bro. You're confusing me now. I will be the next movie as Mr. Popo. Like, Old Man Logan, do you think we'll see Old Man Goku? I would love an Old Man Goku storyline.
I want to see Old Man Goku.
I think that... I honestly think that Goku has one more character arc in him.
Really?
And that is...
Like
yeah,
one
I
big
do.
one.
I do.
I think he has one big one.
It's basically the premise. I mean, I could go into detail, but basically the premise is Goku gets to the point where he cannot get stronger anymore, and he has to deal with that. I think that's the last character arc, and I think it...
That's a great...
I don't know
that's
if they'll
deep,
ever
bro.
do it.
That's deep.
Yeah, it'll get...
I agree
Here's what worries me. I think it gets too deep, you know, quote unquote, too deep for like Goku and Dragon Ball. But come on, dude, it makes perfect sense, and it's completely within the boundaries because come on, like Goku's gonna get... He's aging like everyone else. He's gonna get to the point where he can't get stronger anymore.
I think I agree with you, but I would like to add them, like, if they do that, to add the whole be a teacher thing. Like he's forced.
Yeah, that's how he transitions. Like he transitions to like an active absorber of knowledge to you know, passing down knowledge, and and that happens because of like what he goes through in his own personal like thing where
I'm writing this down.
he realizes I can't get stronger anymore, and he has like some existential crisis like of like identity or something. And yeah, I know that sounds like
I love that idea, bro.
Yo,
dude, that sounds like very un-Goku.
Listen,
like
I'll draw the panels. You write the story.
But here's the thing. It's very un-Goku like in the sense that it just doesn't get quote unquote deep, but that's exactly how Goku would react that way because of all we know about him, like how like he's like always getting stronger and everything. How would he deal with the fact that he cannot get stronger anymore? And I think that's an interesting thing to explore.
And in martial arts, that actually makes sense because mostly, when you've mastered pretty much everything you need to master, the only other way you can become stronger in their essence is when the senseis actually start teaching. That's the only way you become stronger.
Yeah,
so
and you become mentally stronger too.
Yeah, that would actually make a really, really cool like story.
And also, just I think we as humans in the real world deal with our own mortality at one point or another, whether it be you have like a near-death experience or you get sick or somebody in your family dies or you're getting old. So just the idea in Dragon Ball of Goku actually getting old and possibly dying of old age, not so much just dying, actually dying of old age, and maybe even going to Whis and saying, hey, can you make me young? Whis is like, that would upset the order of the universe, even though they've already done that a bunch of times by reversing time, but whatever. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Like,
I'm drawing that I'm drawing a whole panel. I might do a whole fucking manga on that shit.
Do it, bro. Get a job at Toei like Toyotaro.
Yeah, the next Toyotaro.
The next Toyotaro. Riken Taro, bro. Tragic Taro, bro.
They're going to call me AKA Pernille.
Pernille. Yo, Geekdom, big fan. You now realize how bad lots of Dragon Ball fans are. I've always known that, but it's people on the internet. It's not Dragon Ball fans. The internet gives people.
It's just people on the internet, man.
Yeah, because you can say whatever you want.
It's not just Dragon Ball fans. You gotta emphasize that.
Yeah, I've heard it. Other anime communities are worse. It's just that people just can say whatever they want with no consequences.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Thank you, Laughable Larry, for your nice comment. Mike says, was just wondering, let me drink a quick sip for the hard-working man, then get back to you. Yeah, I get it. That's what I used to say on my streams. Stole that from Steve Austin. Was the purpose for Frieza's resurrection to get beat up by the new character in the movie? For example, Jiren versus Hit. He's basically saying, does he think that Frieza's going to be a jobber in the movie and just to make the new villain look strong?
No, I think Frieza's... I think if they're bringing Frieza, it has to be an important role. Like, they need him. They need him to accomplish, the win.
Wait, actually, wait.
Danny, they're talking about putting Frieza in the Vegeta role is basically what they're saying.
Do you wait? I mean, do you really think that's out of the question? I mean, what do you think, Danny?
I don't think it's out of the question entirely.
I honestly don't think. Yeah, I don't think it is. Maybe. I mean, him jobbing out to like this new villain. That could be the case. I'm not putting that completely out.
And the only reason why I say that is the way they played his role now. It's almost like they prepared us because like he literally made us a decision to say, hey, Goku, you're gonna keep your promise. All I want to do is be alive. You're gonna keep your promise. And he was about to the point to sacrifice himself just to win. You know what I mean? Like just to make sure. So I don't see him like I see him like they're gonna need him for that type of role. Like he's gonna absorb the punches, he's gonna absorb the hits, whatever they need to do. He's gonna be a necessity, like an important.
Maybe his new army will battle the army of the Saiyans on the good side. I mean, there's a lot of ways they could take this story.
They could play it. Yeah, they could play it. They could play it good. I mean, we've seen that. We've seen that in DC, Marvel.
Hey, Danny, didn't you earlier talk about how you wanted like different evil factions? What if Frieza was one of the evil factions and this like new Saiyan was in them?
What do
you think about that?
I would love that. And that's how it is in Heroes. You've got that's what I love about Dragon Ball Online and Heroes. You've got the Dark Makai army, which is the Time Breakers, Mira, Toa. Then you've got the Red Pants army, which has aligned with them at one point. Then you have the evil Namekians. There's all these. Obviously, it's a video game, so you can do stuff like that. But you've got all these different like warring factions.
They need to make that shit an anime already.
Or at least take ideas from it. Like the idea of Tien getting his own school, that's right from Dragon Ball Online. They taken stuff from there. And then I love how in Xenoverse, Few is like not a good guy, not a bad guy. He's the guy, like Roman Reigns would say.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to help out his own mom and dad, and he doesn't really want to help out Goku. He just wants energy to educate himself. Like that's great, dude. That's good stuff.
He just it's about himself, which actually kind of lines up with the things of people what they said about Frieza in here, where he's just kind of all about himself. But this is like a different about you. You know what I mean? Like that's how Few plays over there. So that'd be cool.
Was the purpose for... Oh, he already said that. All right. Why do people want Yamoshi to be canon? Get that word out of your mouth, bro. No. When 17 and 18 were never acknowledged as Lapis and Lazuli in the new show. They never called them that ever, bro. I mean, in the series. In the interviews they did, but not in the actual series. Did they ever refer to them as Lapis and Lazuli in the games?
I think they... In the games?
In the video games. I don't think they did it there either.
I don't think they did in the games. I'm not sure in Super. I don't know if they ever said it.
No, in Super I don't recall any time.
I don't recall it.
No. I don't even in Super, as far as Super's concerned, I'm not even certain that they even know their names are Lapis and Lazuli because it hasn't been mentioned.
Yeah, like maybe they were maybe
even know.
Yeah, I mean I have no idea. How does 17 get away after they took on that blast? I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Well,
plot shielding.
Stop that, man.
Notice how they made Goku lose Master Ultra Instinct. They knew that shit was too strong. I said that too. It's like they wanted to depower him. Lucario with the jokes. What about Frieza's race? Shouldn't that be explained in super continuity? Well, there's a lot of things that needs to be explained. I agree with you, and I do the best I can to explain things based on my research of the guidebooks and interviews. So you don't have to do the research. That's why I make videos, so you don't have to do it. Right? And some of the stuff is explained in Toriyama interviews and guidebooks. I wish it was all in this series, but they just never go in that direction. You know?
I mean, the movie could do it this time around. Like they have the potential, but the potential to actually do it.
And I think some people want like a whole entire backstory of the history of the entire race.
That's too long, though.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's too long.
Yeah, maybe in a novel. You know,
I mean, what I see them doing, like if this is gonna be like a same backlore story, Frieza backlore story, which it is needed. It definitely is needed. It'll probably be somewhat like in the flashbacks, like how we saw in Super with the little flashbacks now and then. I think maybe they can continue the anime into the movie, and I mean, because really, has that ever been done? I mean, it's been done once in the earlier movies with the Dragon Ball movies, but as far as
what do you mean like this movie coming up now?
Yeah, like the continuation of the story from an anime to a movie. It's only been done in Dragon Ball.
The only time it was ever
right?
The only time it was ever right? Okay, no. In Dragon Ball and in Z, the movies are not part of the main continuity at all. The only time that it even came close, as far as like the TV show, was Garlic Jr. That's the only time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's the only one that ever came close, right?
Yeah,
that's the only one that ever came close. So if they do it now, like if they actually do it now, it would make sense for them. They have the possibility to do it now with the anime going into the movie, and then maybe continuing the movie into the next situation. I mean, we've seen that in like other animations and other movies before, like they continue it into the movie.
That's what I was gonna say. Other anime do that all the time. Yeah, they have like a movie and then they have a new series. Yeah,
right. So I mean, cool that they do it.
Do you remember how like years ago there was talk that they were gonna do like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead movies in between the seasons, and we never got that.
Right.
Maybe they will one day. Do you think that the creator of the Super Dragon Balls is as strong or stronger than Zeno, since the balls can reverse the erasing ability of Zeno? We don't know anything about Zalama at all. Like, nothing.
Presumably, since the Super Dragon Balls if the Super Dragon Balls can restore all those universes, knowing just the rules of other Dragon Balls, we can presume they can also destroy those universes. Considering the fact that we've never seen Zeno destroy a universe, I think that
Zalama we have. We saw him just do it in this arc. What are you talking about?
We never seen Zeno like destroy. I mean, I'm sorry. Forgive me. We've never seen Zeno restore universes, like completely create them.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that considering we never seen that, I think that Zalama would have to be stronger, right? Or
and another thing that
presumably I agree. Yeah.
And another thing like that makes that kind of stick is the fact that these guys stood up when the Super Dragon, Shenlong came out. So it's almost like stated that this is the dragon of the gods. Okay, well, like when you read it backwards, it says the dragon of the gods. So this guy has respect. He has a presence that has to be respected, even by gods.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's one thing that
kind of sticks out.
yeah.
That kind of sticks out that he might be a little bit old. Well,
No,
at least respect.
we just haven't seen Zarama yet, and that's the
Right,
big
right, right.
mystery. Like, where is this dude? Is he alive? We assume he is based on the rules of the other dragons, or maybe this dragon's a special case.
Well, dude, I mean, Zalama is essentially God. Like, that's
Toriyama.
essentially
Zalama's Toriyama.
Zalama is pretty much Toriyama, because if the Super Dragon Balls can essentially do anything without limits, and someone created that,
The
that's
one
pretty
above
much
all.
that's pretty much an omniscience.
Zalama.
That is pretty much omniscience. So
Zalama is that saying in the movie. We're gonna confirm that right now.
Goku and Vegeta teaching the sons and other Saiyans. That's not going to happen in the movie, but probably later on. Look, I never liked Oob, but after watching the end of Z, Goten and Gohan does not like training, and I think Goku realized that. Yeah, that's exactly it. And so Oob became his new son, pretty much. Will you make a review video of the whole anime? I haven't decided yet, but maybe. Goku and Frieza coordinated attacks seem better than anything Goku and Vegeta could do. I don't know about that one, but it did seem that for that moment they were really.
Hey man, it only looks so good because of Takahashi.
That's a good point. I mean,
that's the only reason it looks so good.
That's a kick in the nuts type of comment right there.
The thing is,
I was just trying to say Takahashi was awesome during that scene.
Yeah,
okay, but
that's all I'm saying.
Okay, but look, the thing is this. Okay, when you really look at Dragon Ball, the only times that Goku and Vegeta showed any kind of actual coordination together that's solid was in the movies. You never saw them team up in the anime to where they actually showed real coordination. Against Majin Buu, it was individual fights, and they were there for each other. Like, and when they were Vegito, like, then there was also that filler episode 268 where they fought Buhan. It was kind of like that there, but that was not in the manga. So
like they understand
really
each other,
did it
but
better.
coordination-wise, they're not like that.
Yeah, they're not. But again, the Frieza Goku versus Jiren fight was so short that you just wonder if they would have been able to maintain that team up for much longer. Super really did show more of Goku and Vegeta working together, but Z, it was mostly in the movies,
Right.
So, not only in the movies, but I'm saying mostly in the movies. There's a few small stuff here and there, Will Jiren ever be a weak character? Strength-wise, I don't see why he would. Maybe when he gets old. I mean, why would you want that?
I don't see that in the foreseeable future.
Me neither.
I don't see that at all.
No, I don't see it at all. Ultra Instinct Goku Black, thank you for the kind words. What would you like to see Frieza do in the movie next anime series now that we're back? Well, that's been the big thing that we've been wondering pretty much all night during the stream, is what the future holds for Frieza. That's the one big, confusing thing, is what are they going to do with him? Why is he there? Is he going to die? Is he going to end up fighting with them again? Will he turn good? There's just so many unanswered questions about the future of Frieza. I find it weird that if they go to End of Z, let's say that Super has the movie and then they come back, then the End of Z timeline happens where the Goku goes to meet Oob. And so you're telling me that during that time Frieza was alive the entire time? That's weird to me. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just very weird.
Frieza is confirmed the Negan of Dragon Ball. All right, so he's like the same. He's gonna be the savior, but yeah, he's killing off people. So we don't know what he's doing.
Right. And by the way, folks, the clickbait is real strong right now. Dragon Ball Super is not confirmed to return from Toei yet.
No.
Don't believe it. I don't care who reports it. People are gullible. I think it will return, but there's no announcement.
It was almost damn near confirmed by those interviews, though.
Yeah,
but it wasn't confirmed by Toei.
That wasn't Toei, though. I understand that wasn't Toei, though.
Yeah.
I mean, only one guy there was from Toei, but that's not. They're not saying that.
No,
they're not saying that at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let me shed some light. If Dragon Ball Super returns, the earliest we're going to get an announcement is going to be at Jump Festa in December, right when the movie comes out. They'll announce it there. You're not going to hear anything about it until then. It's going to be all movie.
I mean, we might get something like in July and maybe something in I think it's August, right? That's another big convention
When
event.
when is when is
They have a big
when is the
convention in
anniversary for
August.
Z? By the way, is that's in April,
April of
right?
That's in April.
2019.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's in
and the
April.
anniversary
Yeah.
for Kai.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that something big might happen. I don't know if
AJ,
it's
AJ and I debated because he thinks if it comes back, it'll be in July because they can get the production schedule right, and that's true too because that'll be the anniversary of Super. But I'm thinking April. Now it could be that they announce the return of Super in April and it comes back in July. But if it's gonna come back in April, it'll be announced in December. That's the way I see it.
right. Well,
Just
yeah.
based on the way they've
I
always
just
done
have a
that. Like it's always
yeah,
been like
but
that.
yeah, I just think that with it being a 30th anniversary and that being a pretty marquee number, I would think that they would want to do something
I agree with
something
that.
Dragon Ball related on that date.
Maybe a
agree
special
completely.
or something like that. They could probably
Yeah,
do
something
that.
something.
It would be cool if they had a special in April and then the series actually comes back in July. That would be pretty cool. I'd be all right with that. He says, "What about an all-time Frieza race versus Saiyan movie? That would be anything with where it's a big war. I would love to see that for sure." Mad Black
We
Anime.
haven't had a war arc in Dragon Ball. It's like that would be something interesting and new, I think.
They
Mad-
talk about it. They talk about it, but we never really like see
Yeah.
a major war arc.
Yeah, like
the
like two
Safuri
or-
and Saiyan War is the only one I can think of that's really like a.
Yeah, but that was always like
Yeah,
a
but
background.
it was more
thing.
like
It
a
wasn't-
background. They talk about it. It's not like
Yeah,
we
they-
actually truly saw like
No, we never
the
saw
whole
it.
series of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, it's just that war-wise, that's the one that is brought up a lot. Mad Black Anime. I don't know if this is the real account. I guess it is, though. He says, "You need me back on to drop the hammer." We're going to close the stream out after these last few questions here. Frieza's race was loyal to Saiyans, then destroyed. That's not what the original story was. That's not what the original story was, but they could retcon anything, bro.
Hey man, the Arcosians were the ones who teamed up with the Saiyans, man.
The who?
Come on, bro. Stop.
Just kidding.
Xander Nation says,
That's
"I'm
fucking
pretty disappointed that we have an arc building up over months and we have a tournament lasting almost a year only for them to be brought back to life. Ass pull. That y'all are using that word wrong, bro. That's not an ass pull.
Yeah, that's not an ass pull. That's
That's not an
That's
ass pull.
not an ass
Everybody
pull.
predicted that was going to be the ending, and it was. Like, why?
Right,
You,
yeah.
Like, everybody knew that.
yeah.
Like, didn't
The
you
thing
and I
that-
Tragic make a video
Yeah,
where
we
we
did.
straight up
It-
said
yeah.
that when the Sadala stuff was talked about again, we're like, there's no way they're going to keep Universe 6 dead. There's no way.
Yeah, they can't keep. The thing is that they can't keep those stories being built. Like if we already foresee the future because it's already kind of written with the dialogue that they're already using, there's no way they could have kept all those universes dead. And it's even when they were actually talking about like the whole being nice and all this other crap, like it was showcased. Even though we knew what the ending was going to be of Super, no one knew that 17 was going to win. Like no one knew that. Like, people guessed, but or wanted it to happen, but nobody ever.
I didn't. Yeah,
So-
I agree. And let me explain what an ass pull is. An ass pull is when they have a story contrivance that's done for convenient purposes that contradicts things. Like an ass pull, the actual
Z
name
had a
for
lot
it
of 'em.
is Deus Ex Machina. Deus Ex Machina is an ass pull. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
Deus Ex Machina is like Goku and Frieza are fighting, and then all of a sudden Beerus shows up and kills Frieza out of nowhere, and then they win. Like that's a Deus Ex Machina. That's an ass pull, with no buildup. That's what
No.
an ass pull actually is. This had buildup, and we knew they were gonna wish them all back. You know,
You know what's an ass pull? The ending of the Goku Black Arc. I
that
thought, at least I
no,
think that is.
because they already gave him the Zeno button
no.
earlier in the arc.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about the whole Spirit Sword thing.
I don't even think that was an ass pull. Like for me,
It was. I,
I
think
could
so,
definitely
because it
understand.
came out
I
of
could
nowhere,
understand
dude.
how
It
you
was
think
like
that.
it was like the power of friendship.
Yeah, I can see where you can consider it one, but
Yeah.
the thing about it is that the bad thing about it is that we know that Trunks was already training and doing his whole thing and whatever it may be, but we found that out later, like massively later, like almost at towards the end type of thing. Then in the manga, obviously, we found some different stories or information.
Well,
But
manga's
then
different
it-
though.
Right. Then it was different, but he was already going through his whole different type of training and regiment or whatever it is. It's almost like they shielded the information. I think they shielded the information more than it was an
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. I mean, I understand that they were trying to
But-
build up future Trunks for that arc. I'm just saying the whole Spirit Sword thing and the concluding moments.
That was an ass pull.
That
And
came
actually,
out of nowhere, man.
actually,
It literally
no,
came out of
listen,
nowhere.
listen.
Yeah,
Rage was
yeah,
also
hey.
an ass pull.
Yeah,
I don't care if you
Rage
like
was
it or
an
not.
ass
And
pull,
you know
yes,
what?
yes.
You know what?
Yes, where-
Super Saiyan 3 was an ass pull. And if you don't believe me, read the original manga. There was
In-
no
in the-
plans for a Super Saiyan 3. Goku had stated, like literally 2 chapters earlier, that him and Vegeta were fighting at their max power. And then Toriyama was like, okay, how can I have Goku compete against Buu for a little while, distract him while Trunks
Right,
had the
that whole
radar?
SS3 shit was ass.
That's an ass pull. And that's what I'm saying.
ass.
Like, the Z has them too.
had a
Gotenks
lot
doing
of them.
Super Saiyan 3 was
Z
an
had-
ass pull.
That was bad. That was bad. But everybody enjoyed it. Everybody's like,
I'm
"Oh
not
my
saying
God,
that
they-
all ass
Mhm.
pulls are bad. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But you have to know what the difference is between the two, you know?
Yeah, yeah. People need to know the difference.
Yeah, like that's all I'm saying. Like, an ass pull is just like a Deus Ex Machina. Movies do it all the time, and so does anime. It's not just like the biggest one that I can think of from a major movie was in Lord of the Rings when Frodo is about to drop the ring in the fucking mountain, and the eagles show up out of nowhere and shit. Like, they do that a lot in like that shit, you know, out of nowhere. There was no mention of the eagles at all until that part, bro. Like, what? There are eagles? What? Like, that's a Deus Ex Machina. All right. Do you
$400
think
is an ass pull.
that Goku and Vegeta can reach a new breakthrough? Hold on, I gotta move my thing. I got a lot of chats coming in. Can reach a new breakthrough power in the upcoming movie? Will they be weak party once again? No, Ultra Instinct should be it, bro. I don't know, like Vegeta maybe, but Goku.
One thing I do before you continue on.
I think
one
they're
thing
already
do
pretty
wanna-
strong, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. One thing I do want to iterate is I did explain this in my channel. The difference of mastering, right? You know, to the fact that they're utilizing it is almost like he was able to control it, or he was able to kind of gain an ability to understand it, you know, to kind of govern it. Doesn't
Right.
mean that he actually mastered, meaning like mastered the skill of it. He was able to just control it at that point. He was able to utilize it. It's more like the verb instead of the actual noun.
It was
that's
a
being used.
clutch. It was a clutch thing.
Right. It's so there is a difference of how it's being used, and people need to understand the differences of how the word is actually being used. So will he master it later on? Hopefully, hopefully that does make sense that he actually masters it later on. Maybe in the movie he does, but that's nothing that has been confirmed yet.
What if a descendant of Goku got married to a descendant of Vegeta and they made a child from sexual intercourse? Like how he had to say sexual intercourse. That would be a very powerful character. That's like a Kylo Ren storyline. I would like it if they did something like that where that character has to choose between being good and evil and he's conflicted. That would be a great storyline for later on.
I also like his
Pan's
choice
daughter.
of words.
Yeah, sexual intercourse.
Yeah. Pan's son and Bra's daughter. That's kind of crazy.
Shane Gilroy says, on Walking Dead tonight, Jason Douglas, the actor who dubs Beerus, had a huge role. No spoilers, but there are parts where he's screaming and grunting, and all I can think of was Beerus. I'm talking to Jason Douglas tomorrow morning, actually. Legit. Tomorrow morning
Nice.
at 10 a.m., I'm supposed to be talking to him. So, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and it's going to be interesting. But I did notice that. I'm not going to spoil it. Dragon Ball Infinity Wars 2 phases. That'd be kind of cool. Goku at his current level could easily win against Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu. Do you think Jiren will have the same fate? I think he's asking me if he thinks Goku can easily beat Jiren. I hope not. I really hope not. I hope that...
I don't think so.
Hold on. I hope that Goku being able to defeat Jiren is one thing, but easily, that's a tough one. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be easy, is what I'm saying. What were we going to say?
No, I agree with you. It shouldn't be easy, and I don't think that Goku has shown himself that he can beat Jiren, even in his mastered Ultra Instinct form.
I would say with that question, he probably beats Cell and Majin Buu easily. I wouldn't even know about Frieza as a stretch because we don't know what Frieza can still do. Like that's I don't know.
I think he means Frieza from Namek, not so much. But you know what? Good point. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like if it's Frieza from Namek, maybe yeah. But if we're talking about the Frieza at the current rate right now, I don't see that because we don't know what Frieza can do. Like Frieza is able to do certain things now that we thought he could never do. Like he's exposing his cards a little bit more about himself,
Yeah.
and I think that's being purposely done.
Yeah,
You
but I
know,
think
so
Mastered Ultra Instinct with the silver hair would destroy Frieza. That form is just too strong, bro. It's just too
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
Blue Kaioken probably could, but Mastered Ultra Instinct is a different level, bro.
I don't know. We seen Frieza do a lot of weird shit.
It's called then Man in Black Anime. It's called plot shielding. Yes, it's me. Well, we're gonna end the stream shortly. These last few questions I get out of here. Otherwise, I would have them on, but we're gonna be out of here shortly. I think on April 19th we'll have the first official movie trailer for a Dragon Ball movie in December. No, we're not gonna have it April 19th.
April 7th is my birthday. We're gonna have the first news confirmed.
My birthday's April 14th.
Yo, hey, 7 days apart.
Yeah. No, we're not getting a full trailer, like a full trailer, until the summer. It's just not happening. Xander says, my bad. I felt they would have been brought back to life later. Anyone feel me? Who's he talking about? Brought back to life later. Oh, I think he's talking about okay. I think what he's saying is bringing everybody back to life at the end of Super versus later on. He would have preferred if it was later. I don't know.
Like instead of now how they brought everybody back.
Yeah, I think the plan was always to do this though.
Yeah.
In the
I mean, it would have made sense though. Like if they would have waited till later and then started something now to give us because like this is not like a cliffhanger. This is almost like an end to expect something. You know what I'm saying? Type of ending. So it would have made sense.
In the upcoming movie trailer, I think we'll get to see, or at least an original Saiyan transformation. Good on Dokkan would allow Gohan perhaps to get stronger in his own way like he wants. I don't know what Gohan's role is going to be in this movie. I don't know, but if they're going to have a new
I honestly don't think he will have a role. I mean, I think there's just too many characters.
I agree. I think that Hit and Jiren have more of a chance now than Gohan does. He's also as far as an original transformation in the trailer, it depends on what they want to do with it. If they want to hide like for example, we did not see Blue in the Resurrection F trailer. We did see Golden Frieza. So it's possible that we may or may not see the new form in the trailer. They might keep it as a surprise for when you actually go see the movie. You know what I'm saying? But they could do it for marketing purposes because they do that sometimes. Josie, read the damn manga. It's Kendamu. Maurice Ruth, this will be the last question tonight. I'm super exhausted. DBS will return. It was teased with Zeno asking Goku, will you come back? Goku said yes. Zeno asked, do you promise? And Goku said yes. That's just them two talking, though. It doesn't mean that Super will return. But there's the thing, though. That's just one line. There were many, 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 many lines in that episode that teased Super coming back. And like I said in my review, the episode seemed more like an arc or a season finale than a series finale. It did not even... here's the thing. I've talked about this before. In the next episode preview for 131, Nozawa said, on the next Dragon Ball Super. She didn't say on the last. And when you watch the next episode preview for the last episodes of Dragon Ball Z and GT, she always said, next week, final episode. Always. Every time. And this time she didn't. And that to me struck me well, wait a minute. It did feel like a hiatus. And I'm not saying it is one, but it's likely that it's going to come back. It really is likely. But I'm not going to say it is because I could be wrong,
Well, just look with all the comments that the actors have been saying, the actual ending of them alluding to, I'm going to come back, or I want to face Goku again. Jiren
or
saying
I want
that,
to come back, or
them leaving off on the note of Goku and Vegeta fighting off, and it was kind of just left out there, and Frieza's out there in the wild. It's not resolved at all. I mean, there's just so many things, loose threads. It just feels that it just can't be the end. It just feels that way.
Right.
Yeah,
that's how
it does.
It is teasing a continuation, but it might not be the same series. But who the hell knows?
I think it will come back. I think it will come back, but I can't say 100% until it gets announced because we don't know. I'm just not going to BS people. We don't know. I think it will. If you ask me, do you think it's coming back before 2020? 2019? Yes,
And
I think it is.
anybody saying Dragon Ball Ultra is like the new name of the series. I'm
No.
gonna educate you real quick. Dragon Ball Ultra is the harmonic Japanese way of saying Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah,
It's the
they're
same damn
interchangeable
word.
words. Yeah, they're
It's the
interchangeable
same
words.
word.
Yeah, Cho is interchangeable. So
Yeah.
all these people drawing Dragon Ball Ultra fan art, there is no Dragon Ball Ultra. At least,
It's just Dragon Ball Super. It's the same word. It's just
yeah,
a harmonic way of saying it.
yeah. I mean, it could come back as Super again. I don't know, but because the movie's being called Super, so
Right.
yeah. Well, that's it. No more super chat questions. We're done for the evening. Again, the episode, in my opinion, is better upon multiple viewings, I think, and but it's still got problems. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. It's got a lot of issues,
Yeah.
and but a lot of it was outside their control because they had to rush to finish it. Hopefully, when Super does come back, it's gonna be a lot better and be produced better. So
Yeah. I loved the episode. But like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like it was the 100% perfect episode. It was a well crafted episode, and I loved the episode. But they could have. I mean, you have to understand, it was 11 minutes of fighting. That's it. 11 minutes of fighting from a 30-minute episode. So it was like they could have done more. They definitely could have done more, and they left us with that we want more type of situation. You know what I mean?
and they probably did it on purpose. Everyone, check out TR4G1C and Blackened Fist. I will. Well, I can't really leave links because the chat won't let me do it for some reason. But just type in Blackened Fist and TR4G1C and you'll find it. It's funny how people say, "Can you send me a link?" Bro, just type it in the search bar. Blackened Fist. BLACKENFIST. I would love to give you a link though. I'll probably put it in the archival version of this stream. And TR4G1C. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
No.
No, like I said before, I thought this last episode could have benefited a lot if it was extended into 2 episodes. Other than that, I thought it was great. I mean, for the fighting that was in here, it was very well choreographed and I guess storyboarded. I mean, it was some of the finest Dragon Ball action in Super, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the ending, I didn't have too much problems with the wish, even though I did see it coming. I don't think that's necessarily bad, but yeah, that's my thoughts on
Yeah,
it.
my thoughts on it, just to end us off, is like I said, I thought it was a good one. The 2 episodes that they did remove when it used to be 133 episodes,
That might have been scrunched down.
That might have been one of the reasons why it was scratched down and stuff like that. So yeah, I would have wanted to see maybe the full 133 and see what they could have done. Could have been a possibility that they did it for a reason. So we don't know, and we won't find out the answer until after everything is said and done. So
Yeah, I think
which
we
could
might.
probably be years down the road. So who knows?
Yes, it could be. And well, with the internet now, it just seems like we'll get it sooner than that. But
Yeah, sooner than we used to get it. Yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you for being here, and thanks everybody for checking out the video and the stream. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good night. And we still have more to talk about, and I will be dropping more videos during the week about not just Super, but other stuff too. So I'll catch your ass down the road.